The common man and T-Bone you're about to listen to is incredibly stupid. Listener discretion is advised.
So, yeah, that's a very understandable thing. I don't think you're wrong. I understand where she's coming from. I see both sides. Your favorite thing.
You're right. I hate that. I really do. I'd rather you just call me an a-hole and get it over with.
No, I don't think you're being an a-hole.
Straddling the fence.
I think you were doing. No, I'm not. I'm telling you that sometimes in life there's shades of gray.
All
what do you want?
Featuring Panama Ted,
I'm a dork and stupid.
Timmy Hall,
I love a good, thin meat.
and a crap ton of random sounds from the internet.
His lower body is ridiculously thick.
You little stupid.
Not on my watch.
My butt's sore.
Holler.
I like that laugh.
Welcome to Man and Bone.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
Oh, Tuesday means jam-packed. Full of crap today.
Oh, full of crap.
Let me set up the show for you. All the news and notes you need as we go inside the NFL at 3:46. Rapid fire at 4:30. Game show in the 5 o'clock hour. What is the game this week, Bone?
The game this week is, we were talking about this movie yesterday, and I just forgot how much I loved it. Enemy of the State trivia. Very specific. I obviously just watched this movie over the weekend. I enjoyed it a lot, but I figured you've seen the movie. I'll try to ask some questions. Maybe the listeners have seen the movie. I'm sure plenty of you have. It did very well at the box office many, many years ago. But I was enjoying that movie, and I thought, let's make a little trivia game out of it.
A little connected dots on Enemy of the State. So Lisa Bonet was in that movie.
Your gal.
She was in The Cosby Show. She was also married to Lenny Kravitz.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Lenny Kravitz today on the Gram. He was showing me inside his Parisian house because he lives in Paris.
Okay.
I'm sure he has many properties, but he welcomed us into his Parisian house. Very opulent. You know, he's got a lot of money, very rich. But Lenny Kravitz acts like, and you know what? A normal person I would call BS, but for some reason, I believe him, that he just lounges around the house in leather jumpsuits and sunglasses and huge hats.
I'm not trying to compare him to this guy musically, although he has obviously accomplished a lot. I don't think anybody really compares to Prince in the music world, just because Prince kind of set his own lane, right? Did his own thing. It's a phenomenal.
Prince had more hits than Lenny Kravitz.
Of course. And we may never see someone like Prince again. But from I believe that person wears their outfit on stage at home standpoint, he's in that Prince category. I believe Prince did that. I believe that Lenny Kravitz does that. I mean, there's probably other people.
Ric Flair wears the robe at home.
Yeah. Dave Grohl wears what he wears on stage, but that's just because he wears T-shirt and jeans. He doesn't. There's a lot of those guys that I'm saying, but when you talk about dressing up on stage, Elton John's wearing that stuff around. What he wears now, he doesn't wear what he used to wear when he'd come out in the Donald Duck costume, but he still wears very different clothing than probably most people walk around in. I believe he's wearing that whenever he goes anywhere.
All right, Jackets and Flyers tonight. I was watching Montreal and the Blackhawks last night.
Pins and needles with that one.
Oh, my God. I was watching that game, and I fully expected Montreal, coming off a tough little road trip, to go in there and take care of business and win 7-0. But instead, those plucky Blackhawks, man, they suck. But they played. They played their hearts out last night. And I thought for a little while, they're going to get this victory in regulation. Now, does that assure the Jackets make a playoff spot? No. But it keeps them alive for another day. Instead, they go to overtime. They go to the shootout. Blackhawks win. Good news is, Jackets still alive.
Well, and if, we talked about yesterday, what would it take for you to believe that, something's going on special with this Jackets team? And we kind of even hinted at, Johnny Gaudreau, maybe, from above, finding a way to intervene. I don't know if that's a thing.
Keep out that goal in the third period then.
Okay.
Let's not give up the point. I'm nervous about the point.
I understand. I am too. And we'll get to the point and what it means in a second. But if you watch that shootout, did you see how that all unfolded with?
Yeah.
So Nazar, who plays for Chicago, he fires a shot. Everybody looks. They can't find it. Puck's disappeared. Referees say no goal. They assume it just went up into the stands or hit the net way up high, whatever, and can't find it. Well, then he goes back to the bench and is like high-fiving everybody. And Foligno is like, yeah, nice try, buddy. You missed. And he goes, no, I didn't. I buried it. And he's like, no, you didn't. They said you missed. And he goes, well, check the receipts. Go look. Turns out the puck had embedded like right behind the water bottle inside the net. And it was just stuck there. And so they at first called it no goal. They went back and looked at it on. They actually I think Laine went and shot and either missed or missed, I think, whatever he did. But they let another shot be taken on the other side for Montreal. And then they went back and said, actually, this is a good goal. We have to acknowledge the puck is still there. They saw the puck sitting in the net and said, our bad, that goal counts. Then it's Blackhawks are in the lead in the shootout. Nick Suzuki lines up for Montreal. If he makes it, it goes on. If he misses, it's over. And he goes and not only beats their goaltender, he shoots his shot. It bounces off the crossbar straight up in the air. It hits the goaltender in the back, lands on the ice in the crease. He turns around, grabs it before it slides across the line. I'm like all of that. Any of that goes another way. If any of those pucks go in, Montreal gets the second point and Jackets are eliminated. That's how close it was last night, folks. It was millimeters away from happening.
Jackets obviously have to win tonight in Philly, and Montreal has one more game. It is at home against Carolina. Maybe you say, Carolina, they're good. They are good. They're also playing for nothing.
No, but here's where Montreal is right now. Those sticks, every time they go on the ice, those sticks are turning to sawdust, my man. Like those,
I'm
they
with
are
you, man.
gripping
I want
those
to believe
sticks.
it. But my worst nightmare now is that they don't even win a game. They somehow lose in overtime to the Carolina Hurricanes, and they still sneak their way in because all they needed was 2 points.
Yes. So if Chicago had won last night in regulation, Montreal would still need they would still have the 2 points, and that would be it. Actually, no,
they would need to beat Carolina. They would need to beat
Carolina, yeah. So here's what the Jackets now need to do. They have to get a regulation win tonight in Philly. Can't go to overtime, and I'll explain why in a second. They have to get Montreal. They have to lose. Montreal obviously have to lose Carolina in regulation, because if they go to overtime, they get the point and it's over. And then the Jackets have to win in regulation over the Islanders on Thursday to wrap this thing up. The reason the Jackets have to win in regulation is because the final tiebreaker is regulation wins. The first tiebreaker, I should say, not final. If both teams end up on 89 points, which is the best the Jackets can hope for, because Montreal has 89, that's why any point they get, Jackets can't get there. They cannot get more than 89 points. If they are tied, the first tiebreaker is regulation wins. Jackets winning 2 more games would put them on 30. Montreal would be on 29. So Jackets can't. The next tiebreaker after that is overtime plus regulation wins, and that's where Montreal would have the advantage. So you don't want it to go to that second tiebreaker. It is still monumentally difficult for the Jackets to have a pathway to the playoffs.
But here we are. It's Tuesday. I thought they'd be dead by now, but they're still alive. They're on fumes.
Yeah.
They're zombies, but they're still alive. And as you mentioned, you got to get creative tonight, right?
Oh, this could be a thing.
I mean, if you're tied with 5 minutes left to go in the third, I'm pulling the goalie.
Yes.
Because you need the regulation win. Lost doesn't matter at this point.
Did Detroit do that last year? There was a team that did it last year and got, people were questioning whether or not you do it. But it's like, yeah, you have to do it. Yeah. And honestly, I don't think, you go as early as you need to on that. Whatever you feel like you have to do, because it's make or break. Hopefully they're not in that situation. You know how you don't have to worry about that? Be up by 2 goals, and have the lead. You don't have to worry about pulling your goalie. They're going to pull theirs at some point, but their motivations are different.
I assume it's Jet Greaves tonight.
I haven't seen
All right,
yet.
I'm going to assume that. Sunday Masters coverage averaged 12.7 million, peaking at 19.54 million. That is golf's biggest number in 7 years. Hey, man, people like names and people like stories. And you had both of those. You had, one of the biggest names in the sport in Rory going down the stretch. The story about him collapsing, the story about him looking for his first Masters victory in the career Grand Slam. You had Justin Rose waiting in the clubhouse to see what happened. It was great television. It was great theater. It does not surprise me one bit that they got a great number.
Yeah, I think Rory's probably, and again, I'm not the golf expert here, but I think Rory's probably their most notable, most recognizable face, right? He's from a similar time period as when Tiger was playing, although obviously he's a little bit younger than Tiger, but still a lot of people who were watching golf back then were watching young Rory tear it up. So they're aware of him just from a name recognition standpoint. Then a lot of people who are golf fans or even casually aware of the sport know the history that he's blown up in so many majors. So it was an easy storyline. It's Rory against himself as much as anything.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what people were tuning in for is, can this guy overcome all the things that have always tripped him up? And we like to watch somebody like that. We like to watch someone who's really talented, but for whatever reason, their own demons, whatever, seem to jump up and bite him every so often. That's a compelling thing to watch, and people tuned in.
We are going to talk about what makes a man and why Ryan Day is not a man. That is coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic due to construction on westbound 70 on the west side near Hilliard Rome Road. And watch out for a delay due to an accident that's on Oakland Park Avenue, east of Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by COSI, Center of Science and Industry. Calling all Star Wars fans to COSI. Unofficial Galaxies opens on May 10th, one of the largest Star Wars fan collections in the world, with iconic characters, legendary ships, costumes, and so much more. So get your tickets now at cosi.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by The Waterworks. Get up to $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system with The Waterworks. Visit online today at thewaterworks.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Now's a great time to stock up on Del Monte canned vegetables. Select varieties are on sale for only $1 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, living with chronic pain, it's like trying to get comfortable on a cactus sofa, walking on pins and needles. Nothing feels good. And forget trying to do the things you love and enjoy. Like the spring, it's getting warm, whether you want to golf, whether you want to hike, whether you want to bike, whether you want to play pickleball. You're just trying to get by. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter here. I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus are on the case and focused to finally get you the relief you need. Finally, calm that debilitating joint pain in your knee just like I did. Maybe it's your hip, your shoulder, your back. Don't miss a beat, no surgery or long recovery. I'm done with getting cut on. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They give you your life back. A life healthier, free of harmful meds. That's the whole mission of QC Kinetics. You could be a candidate. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus to find out how easy it is. They've got offices now in Canal and Grove City, so call 380-208-4544.
Before you start your day, UDF has already started making your breakfast right in our bakery. We've got buttery, flaky croissants baked before the crack of dawn. We're making fluffy buttermilk biscuits from scratch by the time the sun starts to think about rising. And before you hit your first alarm, we've piled our biscuits and croissants high with sausage, egg, and cheese right in store. So come in and grab a fresh one and let us make you a morning person. Fresh baked breakfast sandwiches from United Dairy Farmers. UDF, mornings made for you.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, people are officially going crazy over our sleek, black-framed windows. They change the entire look of a home.
Leslie, nobody believes that just black frames can change the look of a home.
It's like when Superman put on his black-framed glasses and became Clark Kent.
Wait a second. Clark Kent is Superman? Are you messing with me right now?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver. leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
The Jackets hit the road for a battle with the Flyers. Live fan coverage starts Tuesday night at 6:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Your home for Blue Jackets hockey, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Did you know 38% of Ohio's teenagers have spent money on gambling and video and online games? Items like mystery boxes, skins, and spin to win mimic gambling, putting children at a higher risk of experiencing a gambling disorder as an adult. So get in the know about youth gambling and start the conversation with discussion guides, parent resources, and more at ChangeTheGameOhio.org. That's ChangeTheGameOhio.org.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. Listen to what Alex has to say about our ED treatments.
I have been experiencing problems with ED, but that's all changed. My name's Alex, and I've been a patient for Tri-State Men's Health for under a year. I highly recommend this. Every day I wake up feeling good compared to I was back in the old days. It change is more exciting. You know, I don't have a problem with ED anymore. I'm having a lot more fun. I was very comfortable. I was always comfortable in any conversation I had with Tri-State Men's Health. Yeah, I just want to let gentlemen out there know that you do not have to live with ED, that it is not just an aging process. It is also hormonal and balance and everything in your system. And once you get that under control and everything, you do go back to your youth a lot in how you feel.
Thanks, Alex. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's Sponsored Jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll have a chance of scattered showers today, mainly in the morning and early afternoon. Otherwise, partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies and breezy with our winds bringing our feels like into the 40s, even though our highs getting into the low 50s. It'll be blustery tonight with lows in the 30s and then more sunshine and warmer on Wednesday, highs in the mid to upper 50s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Murdering brain cells, one show at a time. Back to Man and Bone.
We have so many weather people working at Channel 10 that I've never met. Who was that? Janine Garofalo? What was her name?
My gal.
Art Garfunkel?
No, it's Garfalo.
Yeah.
I forget her first name, but I believe I've met her before. She's nice. Yeah,
I haven't met her.
I believe she is from Cleveland, and she occasionally fills in here.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Janine Garofalo.
Your gal.
My gal. That's right.
Sure. Great.
Ryan Day. Ryan Day was on this program 1 week ago, last Tuesday. Go listen to the podcast. It's there for you. Spend some time with us. Clay Travis is weighing in on Ryan Day and dyeing his beard.
Oh, God.
First of all, I love Clay Travis. Love him.
Do you?
Yep. Loved him when he was covering college football, and now I love him as a political talking head. I love every bit of him.
Uh-huh.
He said the reason why Ohio State fans did not take to Ryan Day is because Ryan Day dyed his beard.
Oh.
And you can't trust a man. You can't trust a man that dyes his beard. I mean, you grow your beard to take care of your family. You know, that's what I've seen. I've seen studies.
Is that why people grow beards?
They say if you grow a beard, you take care of your family better than non-bearded people like me. I shave.
I guess you just probably abandon your family at the first chance you get.
I kicked my daughter right in the face this morning on her way to school.
That's why people grow facial hair, Mike, is not just to provide for their families, but to let everyone know how capable they are of things in life.
That's right.
So if you have a goatee, you're more capable of raising a family than, say, someone who has no facial
goatee
hair.
does not count.
No, but it's more facial hair.
No, it doesn't matter because you're still grooming it.
Oh, it's the grooming.
If you're selfish enough
to groom,
to take time and groom and care about what you look. I've been told, this is really just interesting over the last couple of years that I've learned this. I've been told that if you're a real man, you barely even wash. You don't even wash your ass.
What?
Real men have crap in their ass. Just stinky because real men don't care. Real men just go out and they provide for the family and they kill their food and they spit.
Oh,
That's a real... No, I'm telling you, Bone.
Okay.
Out of the two of us, you're a real man.
No.
You got your big beard. You don't color your beard. You don't care about your appearance.
I've tried it a few times.
You're just out there.
Yeah, it didn't work.
You're
I didn't
out
like
there.
it.
You're in nature.
Yeah, but that's...
Me, I'm at home sitting in my climate-controlled house with my no beard.
Yeah, apparently that's...
Failure. I'm a failure as a man.
I do not understand. I know we'll get to this all in a second with Ryan Day, but I don't understand the culture that has popped up around men that is like, hey, if Yellowstone explodes and like we go back to times where no electricity and you got to live and fend for yourself, what will you do then? Are you prepared? And it's like, no, I'm not prepared. I will be terrible at that. So will 99% of humanity. If you're someone who believes that you would like win hand-to-hand combat with a grizzly bear, good for you. I'm not preparing for that life.
I'd rather be dead.
If that life happens, I'm gonna look at my family and be like, guys, we had a good run.
Your family.
But we're probably gonna get eaten by wolves. Just so you know. We're not gonna make it very long. So let's all just hug and sing songs we know and try to remember how much we love each other.
And by the way, this goes on the other side too, because there are certain people like who will never be woke enough for the next generation of woke. And I feel like there's certain men who will never be manly enough to satisfy the most manly of men.
No.
I can go out there and grow the beard, right?
Right.
I got the beard. I'm working out. Yeah. Are you killing your own food? No, I'm not doing that. You're not a real man.
Oh.
Well, are you you sick? You take those medicines that the doctor gives you, or do you go out in the woods and you chew on some leaves because our forefathers, they knew instinctively what they had to put in their bodies? That was nature's way. Or are you just a big pansy and you're going to the Giant Eagle Pharmacy?
Yeah. Dude, on the measure of what makes a man, all that stuff is so BS anyway. That's so antiquated. But let me just point you in one direction that might help you understand where we're coming from. I have met like teenagers, pimply-faced teenagers at an AutoZone who look like they wouldn't know the first thing from an air freshener to an air cleaner to STP to WD-40, nothing. They would know nothing about cars. And you go out to the parking lot, and their car's the one that's got airbags under it. They're the ones who are in there getting coilovers to change out this weekend because they're taking their car to a car show. They know more about cars than most of the people who work at AutoZone, and they're like 16. And I have
Is that manly? Cars are manly now?
Well, what I'm saying is I have also met guys with big muscles who can deadlift 1,000 pounds and who look like they probably could go out and clean their own deer and do whatever, who, when you ask them, hey, your car is making a terrible noise, you should probably get checked. Like, I don't even know what my car does. I don't know how it works. Is that a problem? It's like, that used to be a thing I was told as a kid. Is like, if you can't work on a car, you're not a real man.
It's so almost like everybody's different.
It's almost like there's no standard, and you should give up trying to care about what people think makes you who you are. Just enjoy what you enjoy. Just be who you are.
That's right. I'm going to be clean shaven.
Yeah, and I'm going to have the beard not because I'm manly, but because I'm lazy.
And we didn't like
less work.
We didn't like Ryan Day because he couldn't beat Michigan, not because of the beard.
Right.
Let's get it straight.
That was the problem. I really thought the beard was fine.
So Clay Travis says Ryan Day is dyeing the beard. This is, I guess, now the catalyst for Nina Day to come out and say, find another narrative. I'll tell you right now, he doesn't dye the beard.
Right.
Here is Ryan Day talking about that on this show last Tuesday.
Speaking of guys with beards, you have a great one, as we mentioned. I have a beard. It's not that great. I have been thinking about coloring my beard And people around the station have said, don't ask Ryan Day about that because he doesn't color his beard. And I have said, well, I'll let you speak for yourself. Do you have any tips for me? Or is that just is that something you don't even
natural that you don't
never even had to worry about? No. Have you ever had to worry about that?
No. But
look at that.
If you get, there's plenty of grays in there. Trust me, you just maybe can't see them. But try being the head coach at Ohio State long enough, you're gonna have plenty of grays. But no, I just, people will say that all the time. And we just laugh.
Those you don't have time to worry about stuff like that.
I mean, are you kidding me? I don't know if you see me in these press conferences, but I'm not exactly getting ready for the press conference. And then I've seen some pictures of when I first became the head coach and where I am right now. I mean, the last thing in the world I'm worried about is how I look.
Coaches are a lot of things. Vain, when it comes to what they look like, is not normally one of them. Like Ryan Day, he doesn't buy any of his clothes. He walks into his office, there's a stack of free Nike stuff just waiting for him.
Yeah.
He changes into that outfit of the day. If you ask him, when was the last time you actually bought an article of clothing? He would not be able to answer that question. It was probably Kohl's in 1988.
Right.
They had a sale on jockeys.
I mean, we know he enjoys that jacket he has, the scarlet jacket that he wears sometimes, right? To functions. You'll see him wearing that. It's nice, right? But I think he
They gave that to him.
That's what I'm saying. That's probably something that was ordered for him, that it was like, hey, if you ever need a suit to wear to a function, this is what you wear. And he does 9 times out of 10. I don't blame him for not caring. But I also think Clay Travis turning it into he's untrustworthy.
He's not a real man.
Right. We asked him point blank. He said he doesn't dye his beard. Fine. I'm cool with that answer. I believe he answered honestly. But you know what? Whether he does or does not, it doesn't have anything to do with who he is as a human. It's bizarre.
Not providing for his family, Bone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is Clay Travis, I don't know what he's making. I'm sure he's making money.
I trimmed my pubes today. I'm sure that's a no-no.
Is Clay Travis providing $10 million a year for his family? Because, Ryan Day's doing that.
Sadly.
Probably. No, I can't live in a world like that.
I don't know.
I cannot live in a world where he's making more.
Reese Davis is making tens of millions of dollars. I don't know what anybody makes.
Reese Davis is at least on, College Game Day. Clay Travis he's a contributor on the crappy college football show.
No, he's everybody's political hero now too.
Yeah.
Come on, Bone.
Did you ever see him when he went on a real news network for a hot second and he said something like 2 things have never let me down? I forget what the first one was, and the second one was boobs. And the commentator's just she's like, I'm sorry, hold on, did you say boobs? And he's like, yeah. She's like, we're done. And then he's like, oh, I guess can't say that. It's like, yeah, you use words that humans use. What is wrong with you?
I also enjoy boobs. I enjoy them very much.
We all do as men. If you're a man who likes boobs, then you must enjoy boobs.
Another man who is just a man. He takes care of his family. I also hate him. We'll talk about that coming up next. 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East Split and Livingston Avenue. And you're going to hit a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Springfest at Lowe's means can't miss savings for your home and lawn. Right now, buy 3 bags, get 3 free on Miracle Grow 0.75 cubic feet all-purpose garden soil. Valid through 4/16. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus with a home equity line of credit from BMI FCU. Visit bmifcu.org/home-equity for more details.
Men over 40, struggling with low energy, not feeling like yourself. Low T Center's testosterone replacement therapy is the solution. Get started today. Visit one of their conveniently located clinics, meet a medical provider, and get back to feeling your best. This April only, the consultation is free. Treatment is tailor-made just for you, and it's covered by most major insurance. Get treated at one of the Low T Centers or from home. Why wait? Book your appointment now at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia.
often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Come for the obesity, stay for the anger. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. You can find it wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling.
Mike, can I bring up one quick thing before we go to the next subject? Just something I saw. It's just a little placeholder for you and me to revisit later. I saw an article from Pete Prisco today.
Is he a real man?
I don't. He may be. I'm not sure. I don't remember if he has a beard or not. He just said, I haven't even read the article. The headline is the better than team. Overlooked players to watch in the 2025 NFL draft class. Maybe this is a great article, maybe not.
Well, hey, Pete's been on the scene for a long time. I know for a fact that if Pete wrote it, it's very stupid.
Right. This is what I was going to say is longtime listeners know this, but if you're a newer listener, you may not realize that Pete Prisco is one of those guys we don't bring up as much, but man, we used to be annoyed with him.
Still am.
No, I know.
He's just not relevant enough for us to bring up.
We just don't see him that often, but I just seeing a byline from Pete Prisco just reminded me we haven't really seen anything annoying from him lately. Maybe it's just because he's irrelevant. That could be.
We've just been ignoring him. Maybe if you're just tuning in for the first time and you're saying, man, you guys like anybody? No. The answer is no. And maybe if we were real men, well, we'd like them. But another guy that I hate, Dan Orlovsky, who apparently has fooled everybody. Oh, my God, break out the Brinks truck for Dan Orlovsky. You can't afford to lose him. Okay. Dan Orlovsky apparently turned down an offer to replace Gary Danielson on Big Ten broadcasts on CBS. And here's what I have to say to that. Thank God.
Oh, right.
Thank
I'm with you.
God. Look, I don't like watching Dan Orlovsky, but I don't really have to unless I'm in this building and it just happens to be on the television. But if he starts coming to a Big Ten game near me, that's no fun. I don't want that.
Now, I don't know what it is about Dan Orlovsky. I guess a little bit of it is
he sucks.
Well,
he's stupid.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out why I get annoyed with him because I do. I find myself listening and going, I don't get the hype with this guy.
He tries too hard.
Well, see, but that's the thing. I find that now when they start talking to him, he's just like, folks, listen, and he has this like air of, I know so much about football. It's hard for me to even get it out of my head to you peons who couldn't possibly understand it. But I'm going to do my best to break it down for you into little tiny morsels that you'll be able to grasp. And then he'll finally start to lay out a little bit of what he says. And you go, yeah, I think that's a fairly obvious thing that we all kind of think. Now, maybe he's doing that because deep down he is a super genius and he knows we can't handle the full venison. You got to give us the mother's milk. You got to give us the mother's milk first, and then eventually we graduate to eating meat. But I do feel like sometimes it's that air of superiority that I get from him. And if that was on a game broadcast, that would make it incredibly difficult for me to enjoy.
It's as simple as I don't enjoy his work. I don't think he's very good. I also, very superficially, just hate his face.
Oh, you don't like his face?
I just want to punch him right in the face. Some people have those types of... Adam King has a punchable face.
Sure.
10 TV's Adam... And he knows it. 10 TV's Adam King has a very punchable face. I happen to like Adam.
I do,
and
too.
I have to remind myself, no, he's okay. Don't punch him in his face.
You have to...
I have to remind
daily
myself.
Go to yourself and say, no,
he's all right.
Not him. He's punchable face, but we don't punch.
Yes.
We don't punch anyone.
Dan Orlovsky, very punchable face. Speaking of, some people say punchable, a Braves field reporter, so last night on the Braves broadcast, catching heat from some, praise from others for asking a girl's number on camera last night.
Does that make you a real man? I'm trying to remember what makes you.
I don't know if that makes you a real man or if that makes you a bad man. Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
And I don't know the answer to this. I'm going to do the typical, not typical, sports radio thing and say, I don't know. Because I see both sides. I see hey, man, it's a TV thing. He's having fun. It was clearly in jest. The announcers in the booth were going along with it. It made for good TV. It made for fun TV. Then the other side is, well, this girl agreed to go on TV and talk about her experience of the game. Did she agree to go on TV and get hit on and get put on the spot to give her number to a dude on TV? I understand that part of it, too. So, long story long, who the hell knows?
Right. More information probably needed. I'll say this. No matter what you think of this approach, I don't think anyone should be getting fired over this, right? I don't think you're saying that, right? Like, this is not, even if I don't think it's the best look, and I certainly wouldn't do this, even if I were single, but I feel like there is a little something. I lean more on the side of, if I were the producer, I'd be like, hey, guys, that was a fine attempt at humor, but we don't need to do that again. Especially if these people, it was two girls, right? Two women that were sitting there, and then he kind of starts talking to them, and then the hosts, the guys calling the game are like, hey, you've got 5 innings there to work it out and try to, get a number there. Like, they're all laughing about it. If he then, after the cameras go off, goes, hey, do you mind if I come back in half an inning here and we do that again, and you give me a fake number, give me a number, I don't know, give me whatever, and then I'll say I got your number, and then we can end this, and it's just a joke. And if she's like, yeah, that's funny, I love that idea, great, then I have no problem. But if you're putting somebody on the spot like that, yeah, it's probably, this isn't, like a candid camera show where you're going to instantly come out and be like, hey, we're just joking. That does put someone on the spot a little bit.
Did you ever ask out a woman when you were on the job? Because I have.
Like in radio?
Not on the air, I didn't do it.
Oh, well, I mean, I met my wife at a radio station, so I didn't ask her like during work hours, but yeah, I mean, we developed a relationship while we were at work.
Hey, Teddy, remember we did Wing Bowl back in the day?
Yeah. That was a good time.
We stole it from Philadelphia, then they sued us. We couldn't do it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
couple of years.
So we had our qualifying rounds at local Roosters locations, right?
Yeah.
So you'd go out to Roosters and you'd stuff your face with wings, and then to see if you qualified for the big event.
Yes.
The huge Wing Bowl off, which I forget where we had it. It was at a much bigger venue. And so I'm hosting one of these Roosters nights, qualifying nights. And one of the waitresses there who's in charge of this whole thing struck me.
Struck you.
Caught my eye, as they say. I said, well, I'm here in an official capacity. Clearly sort of in charge of whatever's going on here. Should I use that to my advantage?
Okay.
And go talk to this girl. I also surveyed the scene. There were so many saucy, sweaty, fat guys there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought just by comparison, I would look much better than everybody else. Maybe there'd be something about me.
Yeah, you're thinking on first glance, I don't appear to be much, but stack me up against all the other humanity here, and I'm actually quite the catch.
Yes. And so I did it. I'm in my fan shirt.
Mm-hmm.
She was helping. I was leading. I said, hey, Toots, what about you and me outside by the dumpster in about 20 minutes?
You're with me, Leather?
No,
you didn't do that.
I don't remember what I actually said. It was probably like, probably if, I'm really gross and everything, but if you're not too busy sometime, would you like to go on an adult evening with me? And by adult evening, I mean, there's no heavy petting. There's no nothing. You don't have to look at me.
Right. You're very nervous.
Yes. But I did do it, and she did agree.
Oh.
And we went out for a little bit.
Had a couple dates?
Yeah.
Good.
We enjoyed ourselves.
Oh, that's good. I'm happy for you. See, when I asked my wife, we worked together at the Christian radio station.
Who was more advanced, though, at the radio station?
Oh,
you.
I was the on-air host.
Well, that sounds like a Me Too moment because you used your power dynamic to influence her. Because she's like, well, if I go out with this guy, I mean, he's Smitty. He's in with Christ. I'm just some lowly peon.
He's in with Christ.
He's in with Christ.
That's what we say.
I'm
You're
just
right.
working in the promotions department, but this guy,
yeah,
he's the main air talent at this very religious radio station. I must marry him.
Well, here's what I did. And she did something similar. later on. But I threw out a thing where I was like, we were all at an event. There were about like 10 of us that were working. Some were volunteers, some were like paid employees like me. And I said, hey, just down the road here, there's a nice place to go grab a bite to eat. I'm going to go after this event's over and get, a burger and whatever. Anybody wants to come over, let's go hang out. And then a couple people said yes, and she was one of the couple people. And I'm like, oh, that's a good sign. She could have easily been like, no, I got something
to do. So run away.
So then, this is no joke. A few weeks after that, she threw it out to the group, because we were working these different events. We were usually out a couple times a week, seeing each other. And she goes, hey, this weekend, the OSU marching band it's the Michigan week. And OSU, the marching band, the Sunday before, they get together with the football team and they take them through Script, Ohio. It's like a tradition. And she's like, I know how to get into this. Anybody who wants to join, I played in the marching band. I'll get you in and we can go see that and maybe even meet a few players. And I was like, well, that's cool. I'll definitely go. Only people that showed up were me and her. So then we had you want to maybe afterwards we'll go get.
You're going to dot that I.
We'll go get some dinner. And then we did. And then I promise you, this is how straight as an arrow I was.
You're a wholesome guy.
I went to my bosses Monday morning and said, I have to tell you something. There's a girl here. We have hit it off. I think she likes me. I definitely like her. But I said, I have to know if this is going to work or not. I have to ask her out on a date and go on it. And then if she says no, that's it. I'm willing to lose my job over it. So will you allow me to do this? If not, I'll quit. And then I'll ask her out on a date.
I did the same thing to Teddy when I dated the Roosters girl. I went up to him that Monday. I said, hey, Teddy, remember that girl from the Roosters? Yeah, I went home with her. Yeah, what do you think about that? Catch me outside.
And they laughed at me and said, you don't have to quit, too.
Well, Teddy laughed at me, too.
That's good.
Teddy laughed at me. All right, inside the NFL, all the news and notes you need coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some slower traffic on northbound 71 on the south side between Green Lawn Avenue and 315. And watch out for an accident that's on Oakland Park Avenue east of Cleveland Avenue that's causing some delay. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Springfest is going on now at Lowe's, but it won't last long. Right now, get 5 bags of Stay Green Premium Colored 2 cubic foot mulch for only $10. Valid through 4/16. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Common Man here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Watching big events are more fun at Hollywood Casino. For example, there's this draft thing coming up. Large men get selected to move to different cities and play football. That's all I'm legally allowed to say. Not only do you get the excitement of on-site wagering and camaraderie, there's prizes to win at the Sportsbook. And sign up for Penn Play Rewards and play up to $500 on the house. Do it now. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
1-800-GOT-JUNK makes space for possibilities.
When our clean, shiny truck arrives, it's the sign of a new beginning, a clean start, a breath of fresh air.
All the animals start giggling, a rainbow appears, and music fills the air.
Your best friend calls with happy news. Every table has fresh flowers on it, and your nights are full of candlelight.
We bring the springtime.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Columbus knows what it takes to be a champion. Just like your favorite team, Caster Connection plays to win. Our heavy-duty casters and wheels offer unmatched durability and ergonomic performance from manufacturing and material handling and beyond. With an unrivaled online inventory and the best consultative experts in the industry, we'll help you find the right caster for any job. Shop now at casterconnection.com and save 10% on online orders with promo code ROLL10. Not a retail location.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I always have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood. It's luscious. I swear by two things, water and Weed Man. Weed Man is locally owned and operated by Corbin and Audrey. They will make sure your lawn is weed-free and looking gorgeous. Of course, they get rid of weeds, but they also do aeration, mosquito control, grub control, crabgrass prevention, and flea and tick control for your four-legged friends. For a free quote, give them a call, 614-733-3747, weedmanusa.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week, but not OJ because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
He shoots, he scores! It's a great time of year to be a fan, but the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. Maryhaven is here to help with in-person, virtual, and group options. Learn more at maryhaven.com.
When it's time to ask life's biggest question, make sure your ring says it all. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and we've been helping couples say yes for over 78 years. From brilliant cuts to better prices, the quality and selection of our diamonds is unmatched. Because diamonds aren't just our business, they're our legacy. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Salmo Road or Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com. Bigger diamonds, better prices, guaranteed.
Hey there, long day, empty stomach, craving hot and cheesy pizza? Get the $5 meal deal at Speedway. 2 big, delicious slices of pepperoni, 3 cheese or extreme meat, and a Mountain Dew 20 ounce for just $5 with Speedy Rewards. Valid through 4/29/25. See app for details.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit casterconnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution Specialists.
You wanted the best. Instead, you got these two. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
T-Bone's going to sell you something.
Mike, every single month, whether it's hot out, whether it's cold out, your old drafty windows are linking energy right out of your house. And that means
drafty today.
Well, it's what
My God.
It comes and goes, right? Some days you want it warmer, some days you need it a little bit cooler. Either way, whatever you're doing inside the house, you don't want that to leak out of the house. That's where you lose money. That's why you need to give my guys and gals a call at Window Nation. They've got windows that frequently outperform and outlast the ones from the expensive guys. And right now, you can get 4 windows free with every 4 you buy. These are quality windows. Their reviews, over 20,000 5-star reviews online. You can get 4 of them. For every 4 you buy, you get 4 free. Plus, you can also get 0 interest, 0 payments for 2 years, pay nothing until 2027, and get a free entry door when you buy a house full of windows. So Window Nation will get all that done for you, help you save money every single month on your energy bill. All of that when you start the call today, 866-90-NATION. Give them a call, set up an appointment, figure out what works for you. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com.
I did the embarrassing dad thing today, and I'm not ashamed of it at all.
What's that?
Where, Samantha and I leave the house this morning, and it was much windier than I thought it was going to be out there. Because I saw the temperature was 50.
Yeah, and you thought, okay, this is the appropriate clothing.
So she's got a hoodie on, and that's it. And then I get out there, and it feels like it's 25 degrees.
Uh-huh.
And so she had no coat. I know they do outside recess. So I went back home, got a coat, interrupted her class, went inside and said, Samantha, you forgot your coat. Now give your father a kiss.
Oh, they let you in the class?
Yeah, they know me.
Oh, what kind of school is this? Jeez.
I went to the front office first. I got buzzed in, all that stuff.
I go to the front office, and they're like, all right, sir, here you go.
Well, they're afraid you're going to scare the other children.
I don't know.
Big beast man.
Come on in, rando. Like, I know who you are, but all these other kids don't. Great. That means every dad in that school district's going to your school. Good luck. Have fun with that. Yeah, our school's locked down. They're not letting anybody in.
But they know who I am.
That's why they know who I am. They know who both of us are.
That's why they let you stay out there.
They know who you are, too, up in Marysville. They wouldn't let you walk into school.
Oh, they would.
Oh, hey, common man.
Hey, common man here take this coat. It's cold outside.
Your kid doesn't even go here. What are you in the class for? Get out of here.
You know what? I saw some other kids not dressed appropriately, so I brought some garments. Actually, when I was there, I saw some kids running around with shorts on. I wanted to clothe them. I wanted to say, oh, please, would you like something? Here you go.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't know when your kids will hit it. Our kids have definitely hit it, at least the older two. I don't need that. I'm fine. And you're like, it's 20. Try not wearing flip-flops. No, I'm only going to be outside for 5 minutes. It's like, wear like regular shoes. The arguments we have over that every single day. Please wear regular clothes. No, I want to wear what I want to wear. Fine. Enjoy. Be frozen.
All right, inside the NFL.
Common Man and T-Bone's Inside the NFL.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Bone.
They did let me in when my kid forgot her gun at home. I was able to bring that in.
That's a necessity.
They let me bring that in. No problem.
No, I swear, it's for the kid. She forgot it.
No, it's for hunting.
She's got a concealed carry.
Immediately after school, we're going to go, I don't know, turkey vulture hunting? I don't know what season it is. Anyway, Ravens.
Swallow season.
Sure. Ravens general manager is non-committal on Mark Andrews' future with the team. Their tight end, who has been a favorite target of Lamar Jackson, but who has struggled last year.
They lost the game because he couldn't catch the damn ball.
Well, lost the game, AFC divisional round playoff game. It was a 2-point loss. He dropped a 2-point conversion that surely could have at least it would have tied the game, and then who knows how it goes from there, but instead it pretty much was over after that. However, last year in general, he just wasn't himself. He's entering the final year of a 4-year, $56 million deal. He's got 39.6 receiving yards last year, which is the lowest he's had since his rookie season. And apparently, their GM, Eric DeCosta, said this: I never know what's going to happen. I would never want to say this or that, but I can tell you this. Mark Andrews is a warrior. He's played his butt off for us. So non-committal. I'll tell you, that guy's a warrior. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to do a new deal for him, but it sounds to me like he's got a year to prove himself, and then maybe he gets himself a better offer, but nothing forthcoming as of right now. Meanwhile, a guy who left under bad terms is now back with his former team to say goodbye. Patrick Peterson, who went out the door with the Cardinals in 2020, and they were not on good terms. He had stuff to say after he went to the Vikings about their front office. Well, Monday, he was sitting in front of a big television screen behind him that said thank you with his Patrick Peterson logo on it. And it was his day to officially announce his retirement from the NFL as a member of the Cardinals. He signed a 1-day, 10-day contract, whatever contract you signed.
Well, one day
signed contract. A little contract.
1 hour,
so he could,
1 hour contract.
Right, that's right. He said, my career is here. It lives here. My legacy is here. He's 34 years old. His 13-year career began with the 5th overall pick in 2011. He did not play in the NFL last year. He says he thinks he could still play, but he also said he's enjoying retirement and he's enjoying not playing and he's ready to make it official, but he wanted to officially retire with the Cardinals. And I find it interesting. This apparently wasn't going to happen until after the Super Bowl in February, because he decided that he was going to hang it up for good. He was at a golf outing in Arizona, had lunch with, Bill Bidwell, I want to say, who runs the organization there?
Sure.
In either case, he had lunch with him and eventually said, hey, I'm sorry for what I said. Bidwell said, yeah, I'm sorry for the way we treated you. We're both sorry about a lot of things. They hashed it out. They took some selfies. Next thing you know, hey, why don't you come back and retire? And they even talked about retiring his number. And he said, I'll do that once you retire Larry Fitzgerald's number. Let that happen first, and then I'm good. But I appreciate that, and that's nice. So I like to see it when people can patch things up.
I don't.
I know. You want to see him.
I love holding the grudge forever. Big fan of that.
Jalen Ramsey, apparently he has agreed with the Dolphins to mutually seek trade options. So he signed a massive extension last year, made him the highest paid corner in the NFL, $72.3 million contract, but wasn't very good last year. First year he didn't make the Pro Bowl since 2016. Don't know who's going to be in the market for a guy who, unless you believe that was a fluke and you think he'll get back to his old ways, but he comes with a very hefty price tag. I want to say he's got like a $24 million cap hit this year. So good luck to all of them on all of that.
Fat Boy Food Tap coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some slower traffic on eastbound 670 between Cleveland Avenue and 71. And watch out for an accident that's on northbound 71's on-ramp from 5th Avenue on the north side. Police are on scene there, causing some extra holdup. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Is water damaging your home? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement concrete foundation experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hear that? That's the sound of saving a good deal more when you shop with M-Perks at Meijer. Some delicious blueberries, money saved. A creamy treat of cookie dough ice cream, that's money saved. Savings, savings, savings. Because every dollar spent is also 10 points earned in M-Perks, which you can use to save on your next grocery trip or up to $1 off per gallon on your next tank of gas. At Meijer, we work hard to help you save a good deal more for a whole lot less. That's bringing more good to life. Exclusions apply. See mperks.com for details.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
It's Lindsay's one and only trade-a-thon.
We'll trade for anything. Plus, give you $1,000 more for your trade. Choose a 2025 Honda Ridgeline RTL or an all-wheel drive HRV LX or a CRV LX and pay just $299 a month. 3 models with one very low Lindsay price.
Trade up to the reliability of a new or certified Honda.
So lock in your price today. The one and only Lindsay Honda Trade-a-thon is back. See lindsayhonda.com for details.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, we've got a boat for everyone. So come on down and find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
10 West Broad, Columbus. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
When you buy from Pella, you could meet Brad, Bob, maybe Mike, or 54 others that make our local Pella team so awesome.
And if you buy from me, you'll get to meet me.
Just a one-man operation, Wilson?
I've got a bunch of cousins helping me, but based on their work, I'm not sure they've got thumbs.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same-game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
If your last garage door repair guy used phrases like the springy pulley uppy-ma-bobber, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Need a new heating or cooling system? Booking a free in-home estimate with Logan Services is easier than ever. In just minutes, you can schedule your appointment on our website. It's fast, simple, and hassle-free. Book a time that works best for you. We offer appointments throughout the week and on weekends. And next-day installation is available now. When you need help, we're here for you. With a home of fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. Blue Jackets get a chance to do their part in trying to keep their postseason hopes alive. And they skate in Philadelphia against the Flyers tonight. Dean Evison and his team trying to get what would be a fifth win in a row.
We're conducting ourselves like that. We're playing hard every night, trying to get 2 points every night to get where we want to be, and that's in the playoffs.
Jackets need to win their last two in regulation and to hope Montreal loses in regulation tomorrow against Carolina. Jet Greaves will be in goal again for the Jackets tonight, 7 o'clock faceoff here on the Fan. The NBA's play-in tournament starts tonight. Atlanta at Orlando. Memphis is at Golden State. Meanwhile, baseball, Cincinnati Reds at home. They host Seattle, trying for a fourth straight win. Cleveland Guardians at Baltimore. And the Clippers host Louisville. This update brought to you by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Attention. Please flip your listening device to the stupid setting. Thank you. You're listening to Man and Bone.
Hey, this dumb show brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. So glad you've tuned in 3 hours a day, every single day. Tell your friends. We're doing Rapid Fire. Coming up in half an hour. Game show in the 5 o'clock hour. What's the game this week, Bone?
This week we are doing Enemy of the State, the movie Enemy of the State, movie trivia. Watched it over the weekend. We talked about how much we enjoyed that movie. So I'm going to do a little trivia on it, see how you do.
Huge one tonight. Season hangs in the balance. Jackets and the Flyers in Philadelphia. Catch all the action starting at 6:30.
Can I point one thing out to you before we go to Fat Boy Food Tip? With the Jackets season, obviously they have to have this result in regulation tonight against Philadelphia. No ifs, ands, or buts. You get to overtime, it's over. You're done. If tomorrow's result, if Carolina can beat Montreal in regulation, that would mean Thursday's game, the Jackets control their own destiny.
That's right.
We are not out of the woods to where it's impossible that the Jackets could control their own destiny. I guess it was always going to work out this way if all the dominoes fall the right way. There are still two more that have to fall. Tonight, you are somewhat in control of that. Obviously, you have to play the game. And then tomorrow night, you have no control. But 66% of this Steiner math tells me the Jackets are starting to have more say in what happens to them. If tomorrow's results go their way and tonight's results do, it's all in their control.
I understand. There's a lot of if this happens. Montreal has control of their destiny right now.
Yes, you're right.
They had it last night. They didn't do it. They have another crack at it against Carolina. Was it tomorrow night?
It's like every other night now. So they played last night. We play tonight.
But it's all meaningless unless the Blue Jackets get a regulation victory against the Flyers tonight. Catch all the action right here on the Fan. Fat Boy Food Tip.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip. This is dumb. I quit.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets. Visit metalsupermarkets.com/Columbus for all your metal needs.
All right, I love a good list, Bone.
Oh, yeah.
Love a good list, and I find like I hate most of them. This is from Wilder Shaw. Yes, this is a real person, apparently, who writes for Cheapism.
Okay.
And she, I don't know, is ranking the best fast food chicken chains.
All right,
something you and I both enjoy.
Yeah.
So let's see how this goes. You want to start at number 1? Or you want to start at number 9?
I want to start at number 9.
All right, number 9. Here we go. Number 9. This is going to be very divisive, I bet you. Number 9 is a place that we don't have around here. It's Zaxby's.
I've had it a couple times. I'll be near some Zaxby's this week because I'm heading down to Tennessee.
Okay.
I will try to give it a check. But the last time I had it, it was fine. It wasn't anything to write home about. No, but it's not better than Cane's. It's not better than a lot of the places we already have here. So, yeah, I don't miss it.
All right. Number 8, I think, is going to upset some people. Bojangles at number 8.
Well,
and the first line is Bojangles does many things quite well, but unfortunately, none of them are chicken.
I don't even know what to say to that. I'm sorry. If you've not had the ones we have here aren't the full deal, right? Where you just go in and get a bucket of chicken.
They're not talking about the ones here.
I know, but I've been to the ones that do. Their chicken's phenomenal. But also the ones we have here, just go get a chicken biscuit and tell me that chicken is not good. Tell me that big filet of chicken is not delicious.
Gene Wilder says. All right. No. Okay. Number 7. This will also divide a lot of people. Chick-fil-A, number 7.
Oh,
I thought it'd be at the top of the list. She says, I don't get it with Chick-fil-A people. They lose their minds for this place. It isn't bad, but I just can't understand the hype. Chick-fil-A sauce, however, is an interdimensional grand slam. Okay. There's really nothing like it, and every single restaurant in America should serve a variation of it.
Chick-fil-A sauce is great. I agree with you. I'm surprised it's not a higher, but for me, it's barely a top 5 place for me. I'm not a huge Chick-fil-A guy.
Number 6 is another place that we don't have around here. It's fairly new to the scene. It's Chicken Guy. You know who owns Chicken Guy?
No. Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
I'm excited to find a Chicken Guy now. I didn't know.
Well, we don't have it
I didn't
here.
know he was doing that.
But one thing Chicken Guy does have is 22 different dipping sauces.
Now listen, that might be a little too much, but I'm ready for that. Because I feel like every restaurant should take its sauce game more seriously. We need to have more options. Burgers, chicken, anything. If you serve fries, you should have a bunch of dipping sauces. So good for Chicken Guy. Good for Guy Fieri.
Number 5 is KFC at number 5.
All right. I feel like I like KFC personally. Putting them above Chick-fil-A is a bit of a stretch.
Above a Bojangles.
That's a stretch, too, for me. I would take both those places over a KFC.
I do enjoy a KFC. I'm not a big fan of their sides. You know how I feel about the biscuits. I think they taste like glue.
You are not a fan of those biscuits. No. I understand.
Number 4 is another place I've never heard of before. Jollibee. Or Jollibee.
Jollibee. It's, I believe that is a fast food chain from Asia. I'm not sure which country.
I feel like we did talk about this place.
We mentioned it briefly, but they are one of those places that they have them in bigger cities because they've become more well known because they started off on the West Coast, I want to say.
All right, we're not classy enough for a Jollibee.
No, we don't have that.
Number 3, I don't know what to make of this being put in this category. Wingstop is number 3.
Okay.
Would you put Wingstop in the same category? Is there a window and can you order at a Wingstop?
I'm trying to think of the Wingstops I know of. Most of the ones I know of, there aren't. Yeah, you have to go in.
Yes.
I feel like a chicken place that we're talking about here, you have to have a drive-through. I feel like even the Jollibee places have drive-throughs, if I'm not wrong there. But all right. I wouldn't classify them in the same category here. I do like Wingstop. I think they have some delicious food there. I enjoy their chicken sandwich. But, I wouldn't put it in the same category as the ones that have a drive-thru.
Number 2, we don't have them here, but I've had this before several times. El Pollo Loco.
Oh.
I've had it down in Florida. It's very good. It's like, Caribbean, Latin spiced chicken.
Sure.
Sides, good. I like it.
All right.
Is it number 2? I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I've never had it, but I'll take your word for it.
Number 1 is Popeyes. I'm not going to argue with that.
No.
I love Popeyes when they get my order right, which is never.
Hey, Popeyes is, for me, it's hard to beat.
I understand, but I just want to point out that we went through 1 through 9. Some were local chains, some were national chains, and Cane's did not make an appearance in the entire 1 through 9, which is a complete and total oversight.
That popped right in my head that I figured Cane's might be number 1, and then when you said Popeyes, I'm glad, but yeah, Cane's is a gross oversight here.
I have not had Church's in a while, but Church's does not make the top 9.
No. That's what is it now? Texas Chicken?
Yes.
Church's Texas
Even though
Chicken?
they're headquartered in Atlanta. It's Church's Texas chicken.
Yes, right.
Because we have to have a region for all our chicken.
Yeah, it can't just be fried chicken that you made.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, Popeyes is New Orleans, Mardi Gras, and Church's has to be Texas now.
Okay, sure.
It's served with a slick of oil and a gun.
Yeah, that's... I'm trying to think of other chicken places that they may have missed, but if you're going to put Wingstop on there, just take Wingstop out of the conversation and then evaluate Cane's. That seems like an easy one for me.
You know what, though? Why stop at 9?
Yeah, just put
Let's
10.
say you think Cane's sucks. Now we disagree with you, but just make Cane's 10. Keep going.
Yeah, this is a very... I feel like this list is like, hi, I went 5 blocks in New York City, and any place that I found, that's what I'm counting.
Well, and if you
or
read,
in LA
if
or
you
wherever
read
they
the
live.
descriptions of all these places, she is very focused on the dipping sauces. It's like, all right, man. Well, then you're a fan of this. I'm a fan of sauce too, but that shouldn't be the principal thing that we're judging here.
Yeah, that's like saying I judge the pizza places on what their like crushed red pepper and Parmesan tastes like. No, the pizza's the main thing. Those are things you add on. I love a dipping sauce. I'm with you. Write that article. Write the article about best dipping sauces in America and then have your list. But if you're writing an article about the best chicken places and you're like, oh, yeah, the chicken's mid, but they have a bunch of dipping sauces, so they're 2. Well, that's stupid. Now, I love a good dipping sauce. Popeyes, to me, the Popeyes Blackened Ranch is better for me than cane sauce. I'll just throw that out there.
That's quite a thing.
I don't care.
I understand. And look, we have
I love it that
Timmy
much.
Hall doesn't even get cane sauce anymore.
No.
He's the one who goes to Cane's and says, can I have some honey mustard?
Well, I didn't know who started that. I know Tyvis is now on that kick. And then I thought he said it was Timmy. And then I thought he was...
No, it's Timmy.
Oh, it was Timmy.
Yeah.
Whoever he said on the air the other day, he was wrong about. He said that on Bishop and Friends, I feel like. And then he had to go apologize because whoever he had said that was wrong. I don't know who it was.
That's what we're apologizing for? I'm sorry I attached the wrong dipping sauce to you. I don't want to offend.
I guess so.
I said you were a honey mustard guy, and you're clearly not.
Clearly, I need to do more research on the situation.
How much swag did the Buckeyes get at the spring game? I'm going to tell you coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a small delay on westbound 670 between 71 and Neal Avenue. And you're looking at another small delay on eastbound 33 between 270 Southeast and Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Is water seeping into your basement? Are your basement walls cracking? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement waterproofing experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Feeling unsure about preparing your roof for spring storms? Newman Roofing is here for you. For over 30 years, we've helped homeowners understand their roof's condition so they can make the best decision for their home. Stop worrying and call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, Kroger brand bone-in hickory smoked spiral ham is only 79 cents a pound with your card, an additional $25 purchase. Limit 2. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Before you start your day, UDF has already started baking your breakfast. We're making biscuits and croissants in our bakery served with sausage, egg, and cheese before you hit your first alarm. Fresh baked breakfast sandwiches from United Dairy Farmers. UDF. Mornings made for you.
When your sump pump is no longer sumping and pumping, please don't become a sump pump grump.
A sump pump grump thinks whacking the pump will make it start working again.
But it never does.
Get Eco.
ECO. A sump pump grump will let a faulty sump pump completely ruin a perfectly good day.
Fortunately, I've invented a solution.
No more sump pump grump?
No more sump pump grump.
Get Eco.
ECO. Tell me about it, Jerry.
The solution is that you get Eco to do a sump pump inspection.
What would that include?
We check your pump, your battery backup, and all the downspouts and drains along the way to make sure everything is running clear.
How much?
That's up to you, Aaron.
Jerry, Eco would be happy to do that for just $89.
That's a great price.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
Go to geteco.com.
The Fan has been ranked as the second best sports station in America by our industry peers. Our heartfelt thank you is in order. But we're not doing it because we're better than that hillbilly Birmingham station that came in first. Thanks for nothing.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 26th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Steel, walk behind, zero turn, and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Few leftover showers, otherwise cloudy, breezy, and chilly on this Tuesday. Temperatures only around 50 degrees. Overnight, we'll fall back down to the mid to upper 30s with the breeziest start to the day, but at least it will be dry. Sunshine continues for your Wednesday. Temperatures rebound back in the mid-50s, but a bit of a breeze right through the afternoon. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Highly medicated, barely educated. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Earlier in the show, we were talking about the kiddos, the youngins.
Yeah.
And how they go to school and it's cold out, but they're wearing shorts and T-shirt and flip-flops, whatever it is.
Sure.
Here's my question, though, to all the kids listening, because we do have some. I hear from you.
Yeah.
Like when I was your age, back when I was banging or aspired to be banging, you know, you're going through puberty, your body's changing, your body's weird. I wanted to cover up as much as my body as humanly possible. I didn't want girls to see the first start of hair on my legs or weird stuff. I wanted to cover up. I wanted to dress like an Eskimo.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
do you not have that fear today?
You didn't have that like, oh, I want to wear like shorts all the time. That wasn't a thing in your school? Like
no.
We had tons of boys in our school that were like, we weren't allowed to, but that was the thing. Like on the weekends, if I'd hang out with my friends, it'd be like, yeah, I can't wear these shorts at our school, so I'll wear them now. It's like, it's 30 degrees out, Ryan. What are you doing?
It's different, though, because there's no girls involved.
Yeah, my point is, like, I think the kids now, they're getting a lot better self-confidence than we were when we were kids.
I guess that's good.
Like, that could be a good,
or
that could be a good development.
Dumber, too? I don't know.
Either way.
They're confident but stupid. I don't know.
What I'm saying is, when I have gone to, like, we do, like, the breakfast buddies thing at the school, where once a quarter, you can go in, you can sit with your kid and eat breakfast with them, with the school providing it. And then you see all the other kids that come in, right, as they're walking off the bus or whatever. And I have been there in the middle of January and seen just as many kids wearing shorts as I did at the start of the year when we did it in September. And I'm sure it'll be the same. I think it's just like you wear what you wear now. And some kids are just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm out. I'm outside for 5 minutes, and then I'm in the school.
I will say this, though, and then I want to get Timmy's take, because Timmy's got a teenage boy. I did ask my daughter, do any of the boys in your class ever wear, pants? And she goes, well, what kind of pants? And I said, jeans specifically.
Right.
Do they wear jeans? She said, no. One. Then she corrected herself. One boy wears jeans. And I said, who? And she gave me a name. And then she threw this out there, and I didn't say a damn word about it. She said, and all the girls like him.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that girls like it when you put yourself together a little bit. Just a little bit.
Could be. Could be. The
what
boys
is Jack,
are like,
what
I
does
don't
Jack
care.
wear? How old is Jack now? 14?
Jack's 13.
13.
He is right in this wheelhouse.
So what is he doing? Shorts every day?
About. It's either shorts or a very specific type of Nike sweatpants. I don't know if you guys know about this, but there is this thing, and people who have my kids in the Hilliard School District, I don't know if that matters, but parents that have teenage boys around this age back me up on it, that there is this army of Nike wearing teenage boys out there. And
Wasn't that always the case, though? I mean, we wore Nike stuff when I was a kid.
But it's all the same exact jogger sweatpant. There's got to be several different styles, even today, of what kind of Nike pants you can wear, of what kind of Nike sweatshirts you can wear. It's the same exact pair of jogger sweatpants with the matching. Sometimes they can be in a different color, but the style is exactly the same. And it has to be the written out Nike logo with the small swoosh right beneath it.
Yeah,
it cannot just be the swoosh.
It's the vintage look. Yeah,
correct.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like it's on the left pocket on the pants.
Yep, and they got a
and
match.
then it's on the left crest on the chest, on the hoodie.
I've got a couple of those.
You do.
Hip with the kids.
You were wearing the black hoodie. That's Jack's hoodie. He wears that 3 out of the 5 school
I'm saying
days.
that's like put together hoodie and sweatpants is the put together look now. You are. But you know what, Timmy? I think
that's the only thing keeping him warm, Bone. Because, like you said, but if it wasn't for that, it's shorts and T-shirt in 10-degree weather. So at most, you're getting sweatpants and a hoodie. But that's like if they were going to Antarctica. That's as much as it would be. There'd be no coat.
I actually noticed something today at a Starbucks. I rolled into Dublin and grabbed some Starbucks. And as I was in there...
Must be nice.
Yeah, it was. Thank you. I don't think that the uniform thing where it's like all the kids have to have this particular thing at a school district... I kind of think that happens everywhere at every age demographic, because I'm in this Starbucks and I saw the plus 55 crowd has all figured out the brand Hoka. Do you know Hoka?
I have a wife nurse, a nurse for a wife.
You know what a Hoka is. Mike, are you on the Hoka?
I don't know anything about
That's all she wears.
You're not there yet.
Did she just retire from the Today Show?
Hoka Kotb.
Hoka Kotb?
Hokas are like the running shoes. I saw them there at running stores. You get them all. But if you go now to anywhere where people over 55 are, almost without fail, they're wearing some kind of Under Armour top. I'm talking about the men. I'm not judging the women. I'm only talking about the men. The men are wearing an Under Armour quarter zip and Hoka shoes. And then the pants can vary from jeans to slacks to sweatpants, whatever. But it's the Hoka shoes and the Under Armour shirts are neck and neck. They go, you buy one, you have to get the other. And usually there's a little vest involved. And there's a hat with a curved bill. But all I'm saying is that look is everywhere right now in the plus 55 community.
As far as back to what the teenagers are wearing, I mean, we were all there, right? So every generation has its things, right? And it has its trends. I was part of that skater person generation where even though I wasn't a skater, it was cool, or that's at least what we thought at the time. It wasn't, because I wasn't a skater and I still badly wanted to dress like one.
You were a poser.
Poser. That's exactly the term we had. Oh, that dude's a poser. Well, I don't care. I'm going to get myself into some Jinko jeans if it's the last thing that I do. And I'm going to have a chain wallet, and I'm going to wear Airwalks or Vans, preferably Vans. But since I can't afford the ones that I want, probably Airwalks. But that's what it is. I feel like we had more variation. Maybe that's just now that we're looking through a different lens, but it does feel like what I'm seeing some of today, there's so much conformity with it. Like, you wear the Nike sweatsuit or you're not one of us.
Mike and I grew up in completely different cities. We grew up around the same time period, a couple years apart in high school. What was the clothing brand you had to have, you saved up money to go buy, and then I did the same thing with me in that generation.
Structure.
No longer around.
Structure.
We had to have structure. I'm saying is there's always something. It's just, it varies as time goes on.
I got a Structure sweater and a pair of khakis or cords, whatever the hell they were.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I had like the Van shoes too to go with it.
Yeah.
And I was changing up my entire outfit because what I'm wearing right now, just the hoodie and the jeans. This is how I dressed every single day of high school.
Okay.
Right? But I decided if I change up my wardrobe, if I go to Structure and I buy a shirt that says Structure, and I buy those pants and I buy those shoes, I'm going to walk in and my whole life's going to change. Girls will look at me in a different light. Guys will appreciate me. They'll want to be me.
Look at Mike Riccardotti today.
Exactly. And I had this all built up in my mind.
He looks like Stamos.
I spend all my money because it's a ton of money when you're a kid.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right? My parents wouldn't buy it for me.
Structure was
I'm sure
not
back
cheap.
then you were probably $80 into that outfit.
I was mowing lawns. It was. I think it was more than that.
Wow.
I think the sweater itself was $60.
I was going to say Structure.
That'd make your mom go crazy. Back then,
and again, we're talking about
late
$60
90s?
back in 1995.
Come on.
I got a Structure T-shirt hoodie, with just the T-shirt material, but with the hood on it and Structure logo. It was like $40. So a real sweater from there probably had to be
it was a real deal
$60-$70.
sweater.
So what happened?
No knockoff. Well, I put it on. I'm all dressed up that day. I walk into school, and this kid that I knew, but I wasn't really friends with him, but we knew each other well enough to say hello or whatever it was. I was 2 steps into the school. 2 steps. This kid takes a look at me and says, "Who the F are you supposed to be?" And then walks away.
Yeah.
Now, it was mean, right?
Shut the door.
It was mean, but it's almost like I snapped back into coherence at that moment.
Man.
Where I'm
that's, you know what?
I'm thinking to myself, you're right. I'm trying to be someone that I'm not.
It's like Rory's double bogey on 1. Just get it out of the way. Just have somebody tell you right when you walk through the front
For the
door
rest of
to
the
just
day,
stop.
I wanted to rip those clothes off, and I wore them that day, and I never wore them again.
But can I say, I am envious of because I would have had the same thing with some of the stuff that I tried to wear. I did have that where I tried to wear a silk shirt once to school, and kids were like, "What are you doing?"
I had a silk shirt, too.
Yeah, right. But what I'm saying now is I feel like not all the kids, I'm not saying bullying's gone or anything like that. I know it exists, but it exists for different things. I feel like now when you try to do an outfit, your friends are more likely to be like, "Hey, look at this guy. Good job." Like they gas you up a little bit more. There's a lot more support there than there was when we were kids.
Well, when I got to my
now
friends,
is like we beat you down and tell you how much you look like an idiot. But your friends are there for you.
My friends knew that I was going to wear this.
Yeah.
Because I told them all about it. Like, tomorrow's the debut.
Yeah.
Right? And so when they saw me, they were like, "Oh, it looks good. You look good." I could tell they hated it.
Oh, man.
You know what I started to do at one point? So the skater phase was out, and the Matrix became the big thing, right?
There we go.
Did you have a big, long, black trench coat?
I was going to say,
and then shoot up the school?
No, doing your Dylan Klebold era? What was that?
I believe they banned the trench coats like that from schools for a period of time.
That was quite
because of
a
that.
news story to me.
It was a big deal. Yes.
Well, yes.
No, I'm saying that specifically the trench coat thing you're saying. Yeah, we know about Columbine. That also was an offshoot of it. Was like no one could wear a trench coat because of that.
I thought they might have banned them even before that in some districts, just like right when the movie came out because of that look. But the sweater and the black pants, he had like the ribbed sweater. You remember the scene where he's not wearing the coat, but he's got the scene up on the roof where he's dodging the bullets.
Yeah.
And he's that type of tight-fitting, form-fitting sweater that he wears under the trench coat. That look just enthralled me. So I started wearing darker jeans or black jeans, and I had a white-colored sweater and the black-colored sweater, and I would mix and match them.
Yeah.
And I too ran into some ridicule for trying to pull off that look.
All right, what a shock. We didn't get to what we were supposed to
What do
get
you
to.
think you are, Neo?
Ohio State.
I wanted to be.
Swag bag. We'll get to it. Plus, rapid fire in 2 minutes. And what a rapid fire. Teddy, I have high hopes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
What are you talking about? Uh-oh.
I'll make it up to you.
Doing good, Mike. Doing good, Ted.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No off-mic yelling? None of that today?
Not yet.
I'll make up for it now.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side from James Road to 270. And we also have a 5-minute delay on southbound 315 between Kinnear Road and Town Street. This report is sponsored by True Green. We're back in the Miller's Yard, who now use True Green. Their lawn started looking like a fairway, and pro golfers started showing up. They love playing this lawn. Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD-RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Bonbon pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. Visit Giant Eagle to see how easy it is to save.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Did you feel that? It's your radio getting fatter. Getting fatter.
Chubby time!
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Rapid fire coming up in mere moments. Game show 1 hour from now. What's the game this week, Bone?
This week we are doing Enemy of the State Trivia, the movie. Watched it over the weekend, enjoyed it. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, so I figured let's do some trivia on that.
Gene Hackman?
Oh, yeah.
Will Smith?
Like I said, I miss Will Smith. I miss when he was like...
What do you miss him? He's there.
No,
he's
but
alive.
He's weird now. I miss the Will Smith that was like back then where he was just like the coolest guy on the planet. He hadn't punched Chris Rock. Wasn't weird. You know?
He didn't punch Chris Rock. He
Slapped him. I'm sorry. You're right. Slapped him.
Right.
Still. Point stands.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Teddy.
Yeah.
No pressure. I'm looking forward to this.
All right.
Rapid fire number 1.
Which player impressed you the most from the Ohio State spring game?
James Peoples. Ryan Day says that he has the ability to be a very special running back, and I concur. So he impressed me. The offensive line as a whole impressed me, but I don't know if that's more of, the offensive line getting better or the fact that Ryan Day is desperately going to hit the spring portal because he has no one on the defensive line. But James Peoples is my rapid fire answer.
I'll say Mylan Graham, who had a standout moment there with the big reception, took it to the house. But you can tell he's another wide receiver. Brian Hartline seems to not miss on those recruits. Seems like the future's bright at that position. And we have seen spring game heroes at the wide receiver position before, Bam Childress, but I feel like Mylan Graham's probably going to be a little bit different than that. So,
speaking of wide receivers, Brian Hartline flipped another one today. We'll talk about it later on. Rapid fire number 2.
The Buckeye football team got to visit D.C. yesterday. I know that both of you guys have been to D.C. What was your favorite thing to see on the trip when you went there?
I just like walking around the city. I enjoyed the museums, Smithsonian, all that good stuff. My favorite museum, I guess, would be the National Archives. I like looking at all the old documents and the Declaration of Independence and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that was a lot. I enjoyed that one, too. I'm always a sucker for a museum. I like the Air and Space Museum a lot. I like the one that we have out at Wright Pat, too. I enjoy going to that one, but in D.C., I thought that was pretty cool, so that's where I went.
Rapid fire number 3.
All right. Rory McIlroy, he won the Masters to complete the Grand Slam after many years of disappointment. Is there a team or a player in another sport that you could compare to the pressure that Rory has faced all these years?
Yes. Rory faced a lot of pressure. He was, sweating bullets. He admitted how nervous he was down the stretch. He's also accomplished many things in his career, but he felt like he would not be whole unless he won the career Grand Slam. Another man who has accomplished many things in his career, but come the third Saturday in November. That's my turkey noise, as Ryan Day knows what he has to do against Michigan. I mean, the dude won a national championship. You think that narrative's going away? No way in hell.
No, you're probably right. I will say that I feel like Lamar Jackson could be getting there, right? He's obviously been an MVP. He's done about everything else you can do. But there is always that question for quarterbacks who are great in the NFL, and we know he's great. Can you get your team to win the Super Bowl? He made a throw this year that looked like put his team to the next round. Should have been at least tied it up, and his tight end dropped it. But still, that it falls on his record, right? It's still on the quarterbacks at the end of the day. And I think Lamar Jackson can get there very soon into that level of will he ever get one? And then we start questioning, is he really even great? Which is silly, but that's what happens.
Rapid fire number 4.
The first road atlas was published on this day in 1924 by Rand McNally. What was the...
How did you say that?
Whoa. What?
Rand McNally?
Rand McNally. Sorry.
Rand McNally.
Rand McNally.
McNally going to make you jump.
I knew I was going to screw that up. What was the first road trip that you took where you were responsible for the directions?
I was 16 years old. I had my Pontiac Grand Am, and my buddy Brian and I went on a baseball road trip. First to Milwaukee, and then on to Minneapolis. Oh. And it was just us and the paper map, and that's about it.
This is extremely nerdy, but after I graduated from high school, my senior year, my girlfriend and I were both very good academically at school, shockingly enough. We were both nominated to go to, and I'm not making this up, a youth economics forum in Rio Grande, Ohio, where like Bob Evans is from, that Bob Evans town. They have a university there. So we went there, and we were both there for like 3 or 4 days.
That's not so far away, is it?
No, it's not. But you had to stay on the campus, which was part of like the appeal. It was like, oh, hey, this is like going off to college. This is kind of cool. So we went and did that. But I was responsible for all the directions and driving and printed out my MapQuest. That's how I did it back in the day. But yeah, that was...
You didn't get yourself a good old Rand McNally?
No, we had one just in case, but I printed off the directions off MapQuest. That's where I was.
Rapid fire number 5.
Today is National Tax Day. What's your favorite movie that involves stealing money?
I do like heist movies quite a bit. I think my favorite of the genre is Ocean's 11. Not the Sinatra Rat Pack Ocean's 11, but the Clooney Pitt.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac, Don Cheadle, you know the drill.
That's a good one. I'm going to cheat a little bit on this. I'll give you 2. The one I'm cheating on is Office Space. The one with, hey, Peter Man.
I guess.
Because the whole premise of that movie is they're stealing money from
Is that what you intended,
ATMs.
Though, Ted? A movie like that? Or are you looking more like an Italian Job heist sort of thing?
Well, no, that fits in.
Okay,
absolutely. They're stealing money in that.
I'll give you another one that's a little more like what you're talking about. It's not fictional, but it's that Public Enemies movie with Johnny Depp where he plays John Dillinger.
Oh, yeah.
And that is... The book's great if you never read that book, but also the movie itself I thought was pretty well done. So,
give me Point Break.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Dead president bank robbers, surfing bank robbers with quarterback from Ohio State, Johnny Utah.
Didn't they
as the
remake
special
that
agent.
recently?
They did. Yeah.
They're
And
remaking all the good ones.
It's not even, they don't even try to copy off of what the first one was, right? It wasn't
I haven't
really
seen it.
was not a sequel, just sort of a redo. Not that great.
Teddy said that angrily. I haven't seen it. I won't see it. There's 1 point break.
It was like Bone was talking about Roadhouse, I think it was
I know.
yesterday, and I have not watched that one either. I was like, no, I can't bring myself to it yet.
I had held out for so long because
Gyllenhaal's good, though.
Well, he's
a
thing.
badass.
I saw a clip on Instagram. The algorithm fed me one. It's the scene. If you've seen this Roadhouse, the new one, he first starts there, and a group of bikers come in, and he's like, "Gentlemen, I'm going to have to ask you to leave." And they're like, "Yeah, well, we're going to break your face." And he goes, "Okay." He's like, "Which one of those bikes are yours out there?" And the one idiot goes like, "Oh, the red one's mine." And he goes, "Great, thanks." And he walks outside, and they're like, "Hey!" And then they run out after him, and he's like, "I just wanted to get you out in the parking lot. Please leave." And then they say, "No, we're going to kill you." And he goes, "Great, before we start this, how many of you have medical insurance?" And he just runs through the thing.
It's a good line.
That scene got me to say, all right, I'll check it out.
I want to see what happens. I want to see how he does whatever to these six dudes.
That scene got me. I did go check it out. It's not bad until you get to the part where Conor McGregor has to actually act.
He's terrible.
Then it's almost so bad it's comically good.
He is a loser.
Oh, he
is a giant loser.
He can break every bone in my body, and he is a gigantic loser when it comes to acting. Good Lord.
Ohio State got 3 rings on Saturday at the spring game. One for college football playoff, winning the whole thing. One from beating Oregon in the Rose Bowl, and one from beating Texas in the Cotton Bowl. Cotton Bowl. They also got a college football playoff coin, with one side featuring the 2025 CFP logo, the other side featuring Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. They got a college football playoff national championship game ticket to remind them that they were there. A college football playoff football featuring the dates and scores from the wins over Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, and Notre Dame. A miniature college football playoff trophy, which J.D. Vance dropped on the ground. And a college football playoff-themed pair of Nike Air Max shoes.
Very nice.
So a big swag bag of gifts.
You know what? What's the phrase? To the victor go the spoils. You should get something like that when you when you go on a run like they did. You win the national championship. Not included in any of that, it must be said, gold pants. But whatever,
they didn't get that in the pack.
Well, that's why I said not included.
But they this year,
if they're here,
this year,
the ones who are here, hopefully this year you get one.
That's right.
Yeah.
One NFL hopeful knows he needs to do something about his fatness. Details next. Cowan, Man, and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a couple-minute delay on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between Westerville and Cleveland Avenue. And we've got a 5-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole. On 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Men over 40, struggling with low energy, not feeling like yourself? Low T Center's testosterone replacement therapy is the solution. Get started today. Visit one of our conveniently located clinics, meet a medical provider, and get back to feeling your best. This April only, the consultation is free. Treatment is tailor-made just for you and is covered by most major insurance. Get treated at our centers or from home. Why wait? Book your appointment now at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com.
If your garage door is so rusty that every time you open it, you think, I should probably get a tetanus shot. We are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Can I get Mega Millions?
Good choice. Mega Millions is bigger than ever. Jackpots now start at $50 million and grow faster.
Sounds mega.
And now, every game has a built-in multiplier, so all non-jackpot prizes are multiplied between 2 and 10 times.
Bigger prizes, better odds, and just $5? Give me 2.
Mega Millions is bigger and better than ever. Get your tickets today at your local Ohio lottery retailer. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Bo Bishop here. High Bank Distillery Co. is the most awarded distillery in America at the 2024 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Stop by your local liquor store to grab a bottle, or the 3 restaurant locations in Gahanna, Grandview, or Westerville. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax, and not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Hey, living with chronic pain, it's like trying to get comfortable on a cactus sofa, walking on pins and needles. Nothing feels good. And forget trying to do the things you love and enjoy. Like the spring, it's getting warm, whether you want to golf, whether you want to hike, whether you want to bike, whether you want to play pickleball. You're just trying to get by. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter here. I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus are on the case and focused to finally get you the relief you need. Finally, calm that debilitating joint pain in your knee just like I did. Maybe it's your hip, your shoulder, your back. Don't miss a beat, no surgery or long recovery. I'm done with getting cut on. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They give you your life back. A life healthier, free of harmful meds. That's the whole mission of QC Kinetics. You could be a candidate. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus to find out how easy it is. They've got offices now in Canal and Grove City. So call 380-208-4544.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Objects in radio may be dumber than they appear. This is Man and Bone.
Oh, yeah, baby. I saw that Timmy went out today.
Yeah.
Talked to Jack Nicklaus.
Oh, yeah. What was that for?
It's just memorial stuff.
Oh, okay. Getting ready.
It's next month.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah. And so we'll hear from Jack coming up in mere moments. He's not over the Michigan loss. If you're like, hey, Jack, championship. He had some things to say about losing to Michigan. So we'll hear from Jack. Florida defensive tackle Desmond Watson could become the heaviest player ever drafted into the NFL. So he was not invited to the scouting combine, but at Florida's pro day, he weighed 464 pounds. That is 84 pounds heavier than the heaviest player, Ravens tackle Daniel Falele. Or what's his name?
I think you're right.
Falele?
Shanene? I'm not sure.
Shanene. It's 54 pounds heavier than former NFL tackle Aaron Gibson, who is believed to have been the heaviest player in NFL history. He says he's changed his diet and training habits to try and get healthier as he enters the draft. He said, quote, "It's been like my same problem. Not problem, but same concern throughout college. I'm getting more in-depth, getting a better grasp of the things I need to do to be successful at the next level. It's been interesting. I've learned a lot about myself in the process." He says he's eating omelets with spinach and tomatoes for breakfast instead of his normal grits and pancakes, and is snacking on peanuts and almonds instead of junk food. This has meant skipping a trip to the convenience store after gassing up his car. He said, it's definitely hard. People have taught me to look at it like another addiction. It's not drugs, but it's addicting, whether that's gaming, drugs, alcohol. I think this is my vice. I'm just trying to get a hold of it. Just like drugs can kill you, this can do the same thing. I'm trying to change my life.
Okay. So he is, how tall? Like is he 6'3"?
I don't have his height measurement. I mean, he's 464 pounds.
Well, what I'm saying is if you've not watched college football and you don't know about this dude playing for Florida, like he's been a phenomenon the last few years as like one of the larger human beings that we've ever seen in college football. And so now he heads off to the NFL to try to make it there. I don't doubt that it would help him to like lose some weight to try to be able to be, more efficient as an NFL player. And certainly you want to be able to get drafted, all those things. The NFL people didn't invite him to the combine, right? So that's
correct.
That's saying that they don't see a future for him right away or whatever. I'll just say this. The guy played high-level college football for multiple seasons and was decent. Like, he wasn't a bad player. So they're not looking at you for the NFL if you're not one of the better players in the SEC. So to me, while he does probably need to lose weight, I'm saying this is a very fat person. I'm saying listen to the people who know what they're talking about. Don't listen to the talking heads who are just like, oh, he's fat. He sucks. Bah. Well, he's fat, and yet he found a way to play in the SEC. What does that say about his toughness, his abilities, his understanding of positioning in football? I think sometimes people just look at someone's body and just write them off, right? We did the same thing in the NBA with Victor Wembanyama. A lot of people did. They saw how skinny this dude is, and they're like, he'll never hold up at the NBA. And maybe he won't, right? He had a little situation this year that had nothing to do with his height and weight, but, he's been a relatively healthy player for the few years he's been in the league. I'm just saying, like, maybe we got guys who are too skinny to play, two guys too fat to play. Let's maybe just listen to the right people there.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
But
like,
I think
don't let Stephen A. tell you to lose weight or Charles Barkley tell you to lose weight or whoever. Listen to people who actually know what they're talking about. That's
right.
all.
I understand. I think, though, there's some concern about where it goes from here. He's been progressively gaining weight his entire time at Florida, and they've tried to nip that in the bud and get him healthier down at Florida, and he has continued to put on weight. It's Teddy, I liken it to our good old friend, former WWF champion Yokozuna.
Mm-hmm.
Yokozuna was a big dude, but he could do stuff in that ring that big dudes couldn't do. He could do little flipsies in there, right? He was agile.
Yeah, he was.
In the ring. He was a big fat guy, but he was very athletic and he could do stuff. The problem with him is that he just couldn't stop gaining weight. And then he got to a point where he would go out there and he couldn't do any of those things anymore. Right?
Yeah, right.
And I think that's the issue with someone like this is, okay, you're 464. Does it stop here? Because if it stops here, then we can work around that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
obviously
right.
you played in the heat down in Florida. You know something about stamina.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think people look at him and go, yeah, but look how fat he is. It's like, yes, but also if he can put on weight that quickly, he can take it off pretty quickly too. When you're a bigger guy like that, especially at his age, he could probably take off weight. I can tell you as a bigger guy, I can take off weight a little quicker than like someone who doesn't have as much to lose.
You take off 10 pounds with a good crap. What does Adam the Bull think of this fat guy? Let's get him on.
Right. We need some
This
more.
guy's got a food addiction.
I forgot. That's right. Who was he calling out in the Browns? Was it former Buckeye he was calling out?
Who was it?
I feel like that's right. I'm blanking on the controversy.
I forget.
No, so Desmond Watson, just little buttoning up on the numbers here. When he got to college, he was 300. Dan Mullen, when he recruited him, called him a 385-pound athlete. Okay. He is now up to, like you said, 464. He was up from 415 as a sophomore, 435 as a junior, 449 last year. To be fair, these were all his listed weights in college. As we know in college, sometimes the SID departments have in the past fudged around with numbers to help guys that in ways they wanted to. They made him a little taller, made him a little bit whatever. That's fine. The reality is he weighs somewhere near 460 pounds. He is 6'6". He's a tall guy. But regardless, it's going to be tough to play on that in the NFL. I'm just saying, talk to people who know what you're actually supposed to be. There are some people that would say he needs to lose 100 pounds before he can play in the NFL. Well, I don't know that. I don't know what his body can handle. What I know is someone does, a doctor, some people who care about him. Talk to those people. Don't listen to the talking heads.
One of the best players in the NFL has a new part-time job. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some slower traffic on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East Split and Livingston Avenue. And we've got a 5-minute delay on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by Speedway. No matter what time it is, it's pizza time. Get 2 hot slices of pizza topped with cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat, and a Mountain Dew 20-ounce, all for $5 with Speedy Rewards. Valid through 4/29/25. See app for full terms. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Bring more fresh to Easter with great deals at Meijer. Savory Meijer Spiral Sliced Half Ham is 79 cents a pound with M-Perks, limit 1. Discount automatically applied once you enter your M-Perks ID. Buy one, get one free, pineapples or cantaloupe, mix or match. And a dozen Aunt Millie's rolls are just $2.99. Decorate your home and table with Easter decor. And make Easter a good deal sweeter for your little peeps with toys, candy, and more. Hop into Meijer, where Easter is a good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
I can't sleep.
What is it now?
It's the company. It's chaos.
What's chaos now?
The numbers, the expenses, the books. What if we get audited?
No one's going to audit you at 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
I can't sleep.
You could if you used Ramp.
Who said that?
I don't care because they're right. Go to sleep and sign up for Ramp in the morning, Jerry.
Ramp is the corporate card that handles all your tedious financial operations automatically, integrates directly with your ERP, and gives you complete control over every transaction. Ramp gives you everything you need for bulletproof books and a better night's sleep.
Wow, that is exactly what my company needs.
Yes, and exactly what I also need. Go to sleep, Jerry.
Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
It's a different world today than it was 30 years ago when I started Care Heating and Cooling. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, 30 years ago, you were the first to warn of companies using service technicians as salespeople, of abusing the trust that a service technician has. With the big conglomerates now buying companies all over Central Ohio, this has become the normal business model.
It's all about greed. The conglomerates know they can make a lot more money by incentivizing their technicians to sell furnaces instead of fixing them. They train their techs to take advantage of a customer when they are the most vulnerable.
Dad, that is not how we were taught. In 2024, Care Heating and Cooling was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Hey friends, Beamer here, 70 pounds down. Let that sink in. I'm officially 70 pounds down, all thanks to Awaken 180, and have transitioned smoothly into maintenance mode. This isn't just weight loss, this is life-changing stuff. I've dropped over 13% body fat, my visceral fat points are down by 8, and honestly, I feel like a completely new man. The coolest part, Awaken 180 just doesn't say congrats and then wave goodbye. They prepare you for maintenance, so now I get to reintroduce to myself foods that I love. Pizza, ice cream, very excited about all of that. My mindset's completely different though now. Do I crave junk food? Honestly, no. Can I eat those things now? Sure. Will I? Absolutely. But the difference is I no longer feel like I need them all the time. And Awaken 180's free support for life means that this weight's staying off. My body's now working for me instead of against me. I'm finally at my healthy baseline weight. I feel awesome. Change your mindset, change your life. Awaken 180 made it happen for me. And if it can happen for me, it can 100% happen for you. Check them out online at awaken180weightloss.com. awaken180weightloss.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
realize making the minimum monthly payments on your credit cards, it'll take nearly 20 years to pay them off? What if I told you there's a way for you to get them all paid off in just a matter of weeks? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Imagine wiping out all of your credit cards. Here's where you go. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending is the easy button for tapping in to hundreds of thousands of dollars in your home equity. That's not the bank money. It's your money. Listen, your home, the value is way up. And now AFLcash.com has a super fast, hassle-free program that lets you turn that equity into cash. People who do this are living their best life, their credit card debt free, with cash left over for other stuff like home improvements, maybe a vacation. See how much money you can get now. Go to AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Say goodbye to greedy credit card companies. That's AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. Blue Jackets try and keep their postseason hopes alive tonight when they skate in Philadelphia against the Flyers. Columbus needs to win each of their last two games in regulation and hope the Canadiens lose in regulation tomorrow against Carolina. Zach Werenski says it's great to play in these high-stakes games.
It's super important. It's great for our group. We obviously wish we were kind of controlling our own destiny right now, but I think just getting these experiences, like you said, these big games and big times of the year, I think it only is going to help our group moving forward. So we're responding well right now. We're winning these must-win games and just continue to do that and see what happens.
Jed Greaves will be in goal tonight. 7 p.m. face-off here on The Fan. Cleveland Guardians open a series in Baltimore against the Orioles this evening. Cincinnati Reds try for a fourth straight win when they host Seattle, and the Clippers at home tonight with Louisville at Huntington Park. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Just be glad you aren't as stupid as these two.
Oh, yes.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Tuesday. Game show coming up at 5:30. What?
Oh, I just saw something, Mike, that I don't know if this will be appetizing to everybody. It's appetizing to me, but it's another example of fast food chains doing cool stuff around the world, and yet we're not getting it here in the U.S. All right? Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. They have a new idea for how to make the fried chicken game up a level from where it is now.
Make biscuits don't taste like crap?
Okay. No. What they're going to do is they're going to offer up chicken. We've had like hot honey chicken, right? Okay. That's gotten us into but you can have like a honey barbecue. You can have a sticky sauce on your fried chicken, right? There's plenty of other examples I'm not thinking of. Well, here's the next level in that. KFC serving up salted caramel fried chicken. So it's fried chicken tossed in salted caramel, which, of course, as it's heated up, gets melty and gooey. So you get a sweet and savory combination.
It's interesting.
I would be up for trying this. Unfortunately, it's only in the Philippines. They're also going to be having a salted caramel twister, which apparently is, I don't know, some kind of dessert option there, but whatever. Anyway, this all sounds great. And I would at least, or even if it doesn't sound great, it sounds like something I would like to try. Please bring it to the U.S. Why do you deprive the U.S. of such things? Come on, KFC.
Let me tell you something that may, in fact, change your life. I'm a big fan of the Hyde Park Steakhouse, several locations. The people in Dublin always take great care of me and the family. And they bring you like a selection of breads and crackers and crap like that.
Okay.
For free.
Yeah.
As you spend hundreds of dollars on red meat.
Mm-hmm.
In the bread is warm pretzel sticks. Soft, warm pretzel sticks. Delicious.
In the bread?
In the bread basket that they give you.
Oh, I see.
That's one of the selections. I'm sorry.
Like you're just jamming pretzel rods into your loaf of bread? No. I'm like, that's a weird...
Pretzels inside of soft bread.
One of the selections in the bread basket is delicious, warm pretzel breadsticks.
Okay, sure.
Yum. Okay.
Yeah,
now, if you just eat those by themselves, they're very good. If you eat them with the butter that they give you at the table, it's very good. However, ask for a little bit of caramel sauce to go on the side of that. And they will bring you warm, gooey caramel sauce, and you dip those pretzel sticks in there, and your pants fly right. You change your diaper.
I bet that's incredible. Yeah, I've never tried that, but that sounds amazing.
Last couple of times I went to the club, the Plus membership, of course.
Sam's Club.
Was able to get pretzels that were made fresh. You know, it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes, depending on what you order, they've already got like 4 or 5 of them on the hot rack up there.
Yeah.
Last 2 times I've gone, fresh, salted, buttered pretzels right out of the machine.
Oh.
Just pants right off in the store.
You know.
So good.
Now, we've gone from Hyde Park to Sam's Club.
Yeah, where are we going now?
$1.50.
You know where I go.
Where are we going?
I'm going to the gas station.
Of course
I
you
love
are.
a good gas station. Here's the thing. The Sheetz people are doing the hot pretzels, Timmy, but they're doing a cinnamon and sugar hot pretzel.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you, it's thicker than the Auntie Anne's. You get a lot more bread in there.
There's girth to that pretzel. You get those nubs, that cup of the pretzel bites, the nuggets.
But what they also have on the menu at Sheetz, and I highly recommend these if you've not had them, they have the Cinnabon Pockets, where it's like a little hot pocket, or not even a hot pocket, like almost like a pizza roll size thing, a flaky crust with the cinnamon filling in there, right? What they will give you with that is Cinnabon cream cheese icing.
Oh, yeah.
And you can dunk that in there. Well, you can ask for that with your hot pretzel, too.
Ooh.
So what I'm saying is,
warm
you could,
cream cheese.
Yes, I'm telling you, this is for like $3 or whatever. You can just be sitting in your car at a gas station in heaven.
Do you just rub a little bit of that into your beard? I bet you do.
I rub it on my nips.
I bet you do.
And then I just enjoy knowing that it's there the whole rest of the day.
Silk that shiny white beard right up.
You know it.
Timmy, you had a chance today to talk to the living legend, Jack Nicklaus. You
Yes,
went
I over
did. To the club.
Yes, I did.
Not Sam's, Jack's club.
This was over on campus at the Ohio Union is where they do this.
It wasn't at Muirfield?
No, it was not over at Muirfield. It was at the Ohio Student Union.
Not in his museum?
Nope, not in the museum.
Not a soul's going to bother you in there.
You know what? That would be a neat thing if they thought about doing this in the museum. All my years here, I've never checked out that Jack Nicklaus museum.
Nobody has.
I would like to though, Jack. I think it'd be kind of cool.
So I'm going to play this little piece of audio. I just want to, full disclosure here. You did not ask Jack, like, hey, Jack, what about that football loss to Michigan again?
On our show tonight, I'll play a couple of clips that have me in it because I took the stick mic out there, but I did clip this one. And you're correct. On the contrary, I just asked him how excited you were that they did the unthinkable and won the 4 games in the first ever 12-team college football playoff.
And here's what Jack had to say.
What in the world was your game plan at Michigan?
Let's not talk about that.
I think you have to. I don't know who called the plays at Michigan, but Ryan had a headset on at the Michigan game. He did not have a headset on in the playoffs. Now, whether Ryan took over the play calling in the Michigan game and got too conservative, I have no idea. This is just guess on my part. I don't know what happened, but obviously their game plan was they took the ball, went right on down the field, very easily scored, and then shut down. Now the playoff game, they didn't do any of that. They were great in the playoff games. I don't even remember what your question was.
Yeah. What'd you ask me again? Sorry.
I just can't get that stinking Michigan game out of my mind. Now, to fact check Jack, this just goes to show you what a fan he truly is because his facts are off there. Ryan was not calling plays against Michigan. I'm sure he was involved in the game plan.
Ryan Day always wears a headset.
He always had a headset on. He had a headset on every game, all game long throughout the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And this was Chip Kelly's thing all year. You got an NFL dude calling plays for you.
I just like how that's where Jack goes. You say, hey,
right
how about that
Michigan?
How about that championship, Jack? I want to talk about Michigan.
Timmy,
what's happening?
It still matters.
Are you telling me that Jack Nicklaus might be engaging in a bit of conspiracy theory peddling? I'm shocked.
Well,
Now,
Jack was also asked about Buckeye basketball.
Oh, what do you
hear
say
about Buckeye
that?
basketball?
Yeah, let's hear what he had to say about that. All right.
No, they weren't bad. They just struggled. They lost about 6 games by 1 or 2 points. So they weren't that bad. They just couldn't get it over. They just couldn't get it over the line. They put it on Thornton's shoulders and let him carry the team, and he's good. But was he good enough to carry that team? Probably not. He needed some help.
I think we got to give Jack a weekend shift.
Oh man,
he's got some good hot takes.
To give you some hot takes.
I gotta tell you, just to hear him mention Thornton's name and then some context about it kind of blew me away a little bit.
He's a big fan. He's watching.
Obviously he is. I did not know he was in on Buckeye men's basketball. Football, I could understand. He's been in Florida since 1966. Or something like that?
Sure, but he keeps up with his favorite.
Clearly he does.
His favorite team. Sure, that's understandable. I
wanted to get into some portal happenings for basketball with Jack.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. I'd love to hear his thoughts on that.
Give me your take on Brandon Knoll from Wright State, Jack.
Let me tell you something. Wright State.
Is he going to fit in here?
Oh, he's a good man. Good, clean boy.
What do you like about him?
I like he's got girth. Toughness.
What do you mean by girth?
Comes from a good Christian family. That's what I know.
The values, right?
Yes,
That's
great values.
Yeah. I feel like more confident than ever when I've said this. I feel like Jack Nicklaus is on an OSU message board and regularly posting, not under obviously his own name, but he's posting. Doesn't that feel like the Ryan Day not wearing a headset thing is a straight message board thing?
It is.
That's 100%.
The way he just gave it is so matter of fact. I mean,
everyone knows.
I mean, why did Ryan start calling the plays? That's what did him in. Ryan started to call the plays.
He's a shape-shifting lizard person.
I'm saying that's definitely a message board thought. That's not. I don't think he's coming to that on his own. I could be wrong.
NFL player has a new part-time job. Raiders standout pass rusher Max Crosby has been named the assistant general manager for the Eastern Michigan football program.
This is the trend.
Yes.
This is now the new trend.
Well, I mean, he's got a full-time job. He can't be the actual general manager, but he went to Eastern Michigan. He's a proud alum, and so he's going to help out the team when it comes to scouting.
Who else we got, Bone? I feel there's another one besides Steph Curry going to Davidson.
Yeah, Steph Curry's doing that.
There was another one in between Max Crosby and that came out.
I'm blanking on who it is.
I'm sure people listening know of it, but it's something that's happening now. It's like the guys going from being stud players to a head coach the very next year. It's a little bit of a trend we're seeing pick up with the NIL game. It makes sense.
Yeah. And I feel like it's part of the game, though, is to be able to get money from rich donors and then find that money into the hands of guys who would want it and also convince them to come play for you. Helps if you've got a big resume, you're a famous football or basketball player, helping your alma mater get new basketball and football players who want to become famous like you. Probably an easier sell, but you're right. They only do that a few months out of the year. Can't do it all year.
Who would we get for Buckeye basketball? Would you want like a D'Angelo Russell or E.T. or Gio?
I'm sorry. Who was National Player of the Year?
E.T.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're the man.
Evan Turner could be a very good one. I agree with you on that.
Absolutely.
I'd like a swing forward like you, Evan, for this coming season in 25-26. Yes, you do. You got a year left.
I'm going to be like Ladybugs. I'm going to go play for the women's team with a wig on.
That's with the what?
Jonathan Brandon killed himself. That's too bad.
What a random fact to bring up. I know he's in the movie. I know he's in the movie, but that's just such a
Rodney
random.
Dangerfield was banging his mom.
That's such a random thing to bring up.
Ladybugs.
Yeah,
there is a sports flick.
No, Nike.
No, it's
and
not
then
fun.
he took the wig off and showed he was a boy, and then the girl loved him then?
That's right.
And then he got
like
invited to speak at a political convention, I believe, after that. Good for him. I don't know.
What?
Riley something or other. I forget. Let him know.
Pat?
Yeah. Pat. Who? Yeah. That's right. Pat Riley.
That hurts my throat.
I bet it does.
Need some throat coat.
I got you covered. Don't worry.
Brian Hartline has flipped another one. We'll tell you about him coming up next. Cowan, Man, and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Slower traffic is causing a 5-minute delay on eastbound 33 between Refugee Road and Hamilton Road. And keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on the right shoulder of northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt near Alum Creek Drive. This report is sponsored by NJM Insurance. While some insurance companies use gimmicks to get your attention, NJM would rather focus on putting their policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit NJM.com to learn more. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Brought to you by Metal Supermarkets. From hobbyists and machine shops to manufacturers and maintenance departments, visit Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com for all your metal needs.
Stories like this are really who we are.
Hi, it's Steve Lindsay with Lindsay Honda. One of my son's coaches was having an issue with his transmission in his Honda. He had gotten quoted almost $9,000. He's like, can you help me out on the price and getting one through your Honda dealership? And I said, yeah. I said, but let's bring the vehicle in and let's make sure you, in fact, do need a transmission. We did a complete flush on his transmission and a software update on it, and that fixed his problem. And this guy has an extra $8,500 in his pocket because he reached out and I was able to connect him with my staff. We're going to take a step back and make sure we're actually treating the core issue, not just the symptom.
This month at Lindsay Honda, choose a 2025 Honda Ridgeline RTL, Honda HR-V or CR-V, and pay just $299 a month at our famous Lindsay Honda Trade-A-Thon. We'll trade for anything and give you $1,000 more for your vehicle all month long. Visit lindsayhonda.com for details.
Can I get Mega Millions?
Good choice. Mega Millions is bigger than ever. Jackpots now start at $50 million and grow faster.
Sounds mega.
And now, every game has a built-in multiplier, so all non-jackpot prizes are multiplied between 2 and 10 times.
Bigger prizes, better odds, and just $5? Give me 2.
Mega Millions is bigger and better than ever. Get your tickets today at your local Ohio lottery retailer. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Bets are us when dreams don't get in. Bets are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
Bets are us when dreams don't get in. Bets are us.
We've all been there. You come home after a long day only to find water dripping from the ceiling. Your roof has decided it's had enough. And now frustration sets in. Another unexpected problem added to your never-ending to-do list. At Newman Roofing, we get it. That's why we make the process simple and stress-free, handling every detail with professionalism, so you don't have to worry and can get back to the things that matter most to you. So, how do you begin? Step 1. Schedule your free estimate by calling our office at 614-NEW-ROOF or visiting our website, newmanroofing.com. Step 2. Meet with one of our trusted representatives who will guide you through the best plan for your home. Step 3. We get to work, and you watch your roof transform before your very eyes. Whether it's your roof, gutters, or siding, the Newman Roofing team is here to guide and support you every step of the way. Call today at 614-NEW-ROOF to schedule your free estimate and experience the Newman Roofing difference. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Fish has been named the 3rd best sports program director in the country. The 2 dudes who finished ahead of him are dead. So we're declaring him the winner. You're listening to the home of champions, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy, breezy, and chilly on this Tuesday. Any leftover showers tapering off quickly. Overnight will fall back down to the 30s with clearing skies and a bit of a breeze. And during the day on Wednesday, plenty of sunshine, temperatures a little bit better with back in the mid-50s and northwest winds about 10 miles an hour through the afternoon. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
their BMI is higher than their IQ. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Huge game tonight. You can say that the season depends on it, because it does. Blue Jackets need a regulation victory. Overtime won't help. Shootout won't help. Regulation victory in Philadelphia tonight. Coverage starts 6:30 right here on the Fan.
Listen, I want to believe that this Jackets team get the job done, but more than that, and there's a lot more on this game, but isn't Brad Shaw now the head coach there? Former
wrestler?
No, well,
you really clothesline from hell, right, Teddy?
Yes, but
JBL, my guy.
But Brad Shaw, who was also here as an assistant, right? He went with Tortorella.
Yes.
Tortorella got canned a few weeks ago, and now it's Brad Shaw who's in charge. I can't have Brad Shaw ending our night, right?
What about Rand McNally? Is he with Brad Shaw?
Ron Simmons is with him, too.
Feels like Brad really should have gone with Bradley, shouldn't he? Gone more of a Bradley Beal route. Bradley Shaw as a head coach, as a player. Maybe that would have helped. But yeah, Brad Shaw, you're right. That's all I think about, too.
You want a good strapping name?
Give me a good strapping name.
Brock Boyd.
Brock Boyd.
Brock Boyd. He was a 4-star wide receiver that committed to TCU.
Okay.
Now, did that stop Brian Hartline from recruiting the hell out of him?
Well, he just committed. He didn't sign on the line that is dotted, right? It's not signing day.
Well, now he's flipped.
Oh, yeah.
He's flipped, and now he's committed to Ohio State. He says,
Right,
Coach
Brock.
Hartline and I have a great relationship. He's a great guy, as real as can be. He's hard on his guys, even harder on his ATVs. But that shows how much he cares about them. He spends a lot of extra time with them.
The ATVs?
Yes.
The players.
He says, Ohio State's a beautiful place. I loved it there. I had a blast on my March visit. The weather is different than down here. I'll get back there in June for my official visit.
All right.
He is from South Lake, Texas.
Okay. I feel like South Lake's one of those spots where, like, every year there's like 20 dudes that go to big-time schools from that high school. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, that's Texas football. We know there's a good product down there.
If Brian Hartline thinks he's good, that's all I need.
Yeah.
He could be a 0-star guy and have no arms. He just catches it with his chest.
Say it with your chest. Catch it with your chest.
That's right. He clamps down. His neck comes down. He traps that ball. If Hartline vouches for him, that's all I need.
I'm with you. The track record's here. Now, Brian Hartline, the offensive coordinator, we're about to find out how that works, right? That's
great. Swimmingly.
I hope it does.
I'm telling you. I got a feeling.
I do think I would think the routes that these wide receivers going to have available to him, right? I mean, he's one of the best thinkers in the game when it comes to knowing how the wide receiver position should be played. So, yeah, I would say their route tree is going to be pretty awesome.
When in doubt, throw it long.
Is that right? Just go.
Yeah.
You
got a wide receiver up there calling plays now.
4 verts. Let's go. Just all straight down the field.
Speaking of vert, guess who I saw last night?
Who'd you see?
Adnan.
Vert.
Okay. I was watching the Prime Video telecast of the Montreal game last night.
Yeah.
Jody Shelley doing some work.
Yeah.
But they got 2 games. They got, one in Montreal last night. Then they had one in L.A. That's where Adnan was.
You get that illegal Canadian hookup?
Wow. No, I pay for the NHL package on DirecTV, and they just include that feed.
Oh, okay.
On my
I gotcha.
NHL package.
That's nice.
I mean, I could have watched the Blackhawks feed. I didn't want to. I watched the Canadian Prime feed.
It's amazing how much mental space Adnan Verk used to take up in my head just because he was on TV all the time.
Wow.
Man, they loved him on ESPN. Then why did he leave?
Remember, I was sharing emails I shouldn't have.
Remember,
I was leaking stories there, Bone.
I forgot.
I don't know when Merry Christmas, Movie House. Wow, Jamie Stewart got here.
Well, it was just the way he would dive into any topic when you were talking. Just wanted to make sure you got the jock mouth going.
Marbles in my mouth. It's not jock mouth. It's Canadian mouth is what it is.
Okay.
All right. I don't know who this is.
I don't know, but I want to hear more from him.
17 players will attend the NHL draft in person, including Cam Ward. Travis Hunter will be there. Shadur Sanders will not be there. Buckeye tackle Josh Simmons says he's going to go. Of course, the draft is in Green Bay. McAfee had a big whole thing about how the NFL would not accommodate him in Green Bay, and it was a big pain in the ass. And then he announced, I guess, recently that he is indeed going. So he'll be there.
Well, that was tying back to the combine, right? Because I feel like at the combine he wanted to be there, and they were measuring everything and saying
he was there.
And right, but then he said it was such a bad experience that he wasn't going to. You know what? Maybe I just won't go to the draft then if that's the way you're going to be. So now you're saying he is going to be at the draft?
He is going to be there.
Okay. And it is the NFL draft, right? Yeah.
What did I say?
NHL draft.
I'm sorry. Wow. Wow.
Going to go there and break down all the prospects from Latvia. That's what he does. Yeah, I don't, McAfee can have his feuds. That's fine. I do wonder, will anybody ever, is that the last guy who gets a deal like that? Do you think that's the last big time guy who's like, hey, he was just a podcaster or a former player, but now we're throwing $100 million at him and he brings all his bro-hios with him and they go hang out. Do you feel like that kind of will end? Or do you think that we're just, in 5 or 10 years, we'll have moved on to the next flavor of the month, whoever that is?
I don't know. There's not a lot of guys that have his reach.
No, they don't.
What is Big Cat still with
Barstool?
Barstool?
Yeah, they're still there. Him and PFT commenter.
I can see them going off and getting a big deal. Well, independent of Barstool.
They almost did. Well, I mean, they weren't independent, but Barstool had that ESPN deal.
Yeah, but that was many years ago.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Barstool's warm and cuddly now.
It's good. Apparently to some people.
It is. Hey,
I know.
Portnoy's out apologizing for things.
I
McAfee's
saw
not willing to do it.
No, I saw that. He does. He did go out there and apologize and say, we got that wrong about the Ole Miss girl. That's right.
The Dallas Wings drafted Paige Beckers with the number 1 pick last night.
Mm-hmm.
No drama there.
No, and I saw that the ticket sales already for Dallas are up, double-digit % today.
Well, speaking of women's basketball, Caitlin Clark, of course, a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They sold out of their season tickets already. They're done with them.
Oh, in Indy?
In Indy.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked into them last year before the draft just to see what they would run, and they weren't bad. It was just they did have a good rule. I liked their rule. I don't know if they have it this year. The rule for Indy was you have to, if you buy the tickets, you have to use like 60 or 70% of them. You actually have to show up. You can't resell them. If you do, you'll lose your privilege to buy them next year.
Do we like that rule or?
Well, what I'm saying is they knew they were trying to protect it from people like me who are out of town who said, I might want to go to a couple of these games and then I'll just sell the rest and pocket the money.
So the Pistons are trying to limit the amount of Knicks fans that go to Detroit for the playoff games, right?
Right.
So fans who have tried to buy tickets for games 3 and 4 in Detroit online have noticed an interesting disclaimer upon checkout. The site has indicated that the Pistons are restricting ticket sales to fans located in Michigan and in certain parts of Ohio, Indiana, and Ontario, Canada, as determined by the Pistons and subject to change. So they don't want anybody from New York buying these tickets. They don't want anybody from the East Coast buying these tickets. And I was thinking, I understand the mentality. I get it. But ultimately, isn't it on your fans to buy the tickets and not resell them?
Well, I think yes, it is. What I think that's fair. I think part of it is also there's got to be some pushback to, hey, I am a Pistons fan. I want to buy these tickets. Oh, I've logged in and they're already all gone to ticket brokers on the East Coast who are just going to resell them.
What if you're a poor Pistons fan, you move to New York? You're like, I'm going home. I'm going to go home. I'm going to watch my Pistons beat up on the Knicks. I hate it. I hate Knicks fans. All I do is I'm around Knicks fans all the time. And then you log on. You're there at the minute. The tickets go on sale. You're ready to buy your tickets. And they say, whoop, sorry, wrong address.
That's fair. I understand there's some downsides to that. All I would add is, one, reach out to your friends who do live in the area and say, hey, buy these tickets for me. I'll pay you back. But I don't know. There's no perfect solution there. One other thing for the WNBA draft yesterday.
Man, you just blew right past me, didn't you?
Well, this is good. It was a good
I'm just
discussion.
saying. I had a little thing about tickets. You're like, no, I'm going back.
Well,
WNBA
that's
draft.
That's fine. We're up against a break. I got to bring this to your attention. Dominique Malonga, number 2 pick in the draft.
Okay.
You need to go look this lady up.
Dominique.
She is 6'6", 7'1" wingspan. She was number 2 pick, went to the Seattle franchise, Seattle Storm. I've been watching videos of this girl all day long. She dunks with ease. I think she's the one who came over from France. I don't think she played in college here.
She's from Cameroon.
Okay.
And
but I want to say
she moved to France.
Yeah. She hits NBA threes like nothing. She's not coming in with any of the hype that Paige Beckers has, Caitlin Clark has. But I'm telling you, when you watch this woman play, when she goes out there and actually, if she can do this in the WNBA, she will be as impactful as any of those other players are in changing the perception of that league. If she can dunk like this in WNBA games, it'll be a game changer. Between her, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, all the other storylines you have, that league is setting up to be fun this summer. It should be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, she dunks with
it's not even, it's
finesse.
Like, what I'm saying is it's not like, oh, she can barely get the ball over the rim. She just dunks like, oh, yeah, it's warm-up line. I just dunk it with no problem.
All right, let it.
I can't wait to see her in a game. That's going to be good.
Game show in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit some slowdown on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and 315. And you're looking at a couple-minute delay on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Are your windows sticking? Is your drywall cracking? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the foundation repair experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Spring forward, Columbus, with the Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling Services. We're here to thaw you out with this limited time offer. Get up to $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system. This offer is too good to pass up. The Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling now together to serve you better with $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system. This offer won't last. Call us today, 614-232-2222. That's 614-232-2222.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
Major League Baseball celebrates Jackie Robinson Day on April 15th each season, commemorating his debut and the breaking of the color barrier in baseball back in 1947. The Reds played at Chicago on this date in 2007, and Ken Griffey Jr. asked permission from the commissioner's office to wear Robinson's number 42 in his honor. Commissioner Bud Selig liked the idea so much he invited other players to join in, and more than 240 players followed Griffey's example that day. Even more wore the number in 2008, and finally in 2009, all players, coaches, and managers wore number 42. A new tradition sparked by the Reds' Ken Griffey this April 15th, 2007, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Extra large, extra stupid. This is Man and Bone.
This is the first time that we've mentioned this, but it won't be the last. So coming up on Monday, 1 week from yesterday, Monday's show, we have some big news to announce.
Yes, we do.
Monday's show, do not miss it. Big news.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Reds host the Mariners tonight, Guardians in Baltimore. Today is Jackie Robinson Day, so everybody's wearing number 42. So there's that. Jackie Robinson, as far as I know, never punched Rimmer in the face, although he should have.
I was back in high school in 1942.
47, I believe. 48. When did Jackie, when did he make the debut?
We should know the answer to this.
I know. It's bad.
When was it, Teddy? Was it 47? Man, you're just looking at me like I got five.
Timmy's in there talking to him.
That's all right, Tim. What'd you say on the radio show, Timmy?
April 15th. It's April 15th.
We had our own jokes.
That's why this is going on. April 15th.
Put your hand down.
Timmy.
April 15th, 1947. Right? That's what it was. 1947.
47 cabin.
All right. Thank you. Just want to make sure.
Timmy, I like your hat.
47 brand. You don't like this hat.
No, I do like it.
You don't
it
like
says
it.
Pood.
He doesn't. Get out of the way.
He's wearing a cursive hat that says Pood.
Get out of the way.
It says
it's a golf hat. It's the good guys.
It says good, but it looks the G looks like a P in cursive. It's hard to tell what it is.
Guy's so annoying.
It does
back
really
here.
look like Pood.
Tyvus has never been on television before.
No, that's all right.
It's just like a kid in a candy shop.
I know. All right, game show time.
All right. Timmy, feel free to jump in here. This is Enemy of the State trivia. The movie, Enemy of the State, right?
The Gene Hackman Will Smith film?
Yeah, we were just talking about it the other day. I figured let's do some trivia about it. So here's
Bones saw it.
Yeah.
And he wants to talk about it.
I saw it. I want to talk about it. Yeah, I seen it. So question number 1. What is Will Smith's character's name in this movie? Is it Robert Dean, Eric Dean, or Robbie Hart? What?
It's not Robbie Hart.
No, it's not. But which is it?
Eric Dean.
No.
First one.
It's technically Robert Clayton Dean. Yes, it's Robert Dean. There you go.
I haven't seen this movie in like 30 years.
I know. I'm bringing it up. It's fresh in my mind. It may not, but you know what? I figured there's a lot of people who've seen this movie. You can play in your car, play on the wherever you're listening to us.
Oh,
We're
man,
on
play
YouTube.
with yourself.
Well, whatever. Yeah, play at home. The take-home game is always fun. What?
We got to have a T-shirt that says "Off Mike Teddy."
I didn't think that's what you said.
I didn't think that
right
either.
there. Oh man, itty bitty.
Off Mike, what?
A little itty bitty.
Off Mike Teddy.
Itty bitty committee?
Itty bitty Teddy committee.
Teddy.
Yeah. Teddy. I got it now. God.
That could be a shirt too.
Yeah.
Off Mike Teddy?
No. Well, that or itty bitty Teddy committee. We can do one of the other.
Whoa, hey, that's quite a shirt.
Hey.
All right. Prez is here. How you doing, Prez?
Oh.
It says
wow.
"poot" on your hat, Prez.
Oh, you wear a hat, you sometimes go to the bathroom. Believe.
That's right. What is Will Smith's character's job in this movie? Robert Dean. What is his movie job in Enemy of the State? What's he doing? Is he a lawyer, a doctor, or a pilot?
Lawyer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He gets fired in the middle of the movie from the law firm because his life is unraveling. He's being framed for a bunch of... Yeah, that's right. Which of these famous people was not in Enemy of the State? Anna Gunn, Barry Pepper, Seth Green, or Jeremy Piven? Only one of those 4 people was not in this movie.
I'm going to say Jeremy Piven.
Timmy, you have a guess?
I know Seth Green was in it. I know...
Is Anna Gunn from Breaking Bad? Is that Skyler?
I know
Skyler.
Barry Pepper
This is Walter
was,
White.
was
Yo.
in it.
Yeah.
Barry Pepper, the sniper from Saving Private. I'm going to say Barry Pepper. No, Anna Gunn. I'll go to Anna Gunn.
You know who Barry Pepper is?
Barry Pepper does
He played Roger Maris.
Oh, yeah.
And
He was Dale
sniper in
Earnhardt.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the movie 3.
That's right. Dale as well.
Jeremy Piven is not in this movie.
There you go. I win.
Anna Gunn plays the wife to the NSA director, John Voight's character.
I'm sure
who is
when
a
I
very
watch
bad
it
guy.
again, I'll recognize her right away.
She's barely in it. She has like one line, but as soon as I saw her, I'm like, Skylar White!
Oh, she's got a mouth you can't miss.
Skylar White, one of
She's
the most
in there.
annoying characters of all time.
I would agree.
Hate her face.
In the movie Enemy of the State, Daniel Zavitz gives lawyer Robert Dean, that's Will Smith's character, a piece of damning evidence about what type of crime? A drug deal, a bribery, or a murder?
A murder.
A murder.
Murder.
Of course it was. Murder.
Big political.
Yeah.
Ha-ha.
And guess what? Daniel Zavitz, played by Jason Lee. There's people in this movie all over the place.
Started as a skater, Jason Lee.
He's a nature photographer.
Brandon
who has a video
Lee, dead.
of government agents murdering Senator Phil Hammersley, which starts the whole thing off. Gene Hackman plays the character Brill in this movie. Brill used to work for who? The CIA, the FBI, or the NSA?
Oh.
He's
He's a CIA man.
CIA.
A CIA man.
CIA.
No.
NSA man.
It's not FBI. It's the NSA. The NSA is who's in. Yeah.
I forget.
That's okay.
30 years I've seen this movie.
Is it 30 years old?
Oh, it's at least. I think it's probably in the late 90s. Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't be 30.
Oh, I guess you're right. All right, it's close to 30.
Yeah,
it has to be close
Enemy
to 30.
of the State,
Let's say
1998.
98.
So sorry. All right. 27.
Off my teddy. Give us some caramel sauce off my teddy.
Brill was previously known by the name as Edward Lyle, was with the NSA. He left after he was almost killed in Iran and has been underground for about 15 years by the time he meets Robert Dean.
My fat, smelly science teacher in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Mr. Brill.
Really?
Yes.
Did that draw anything for you? Did that happen when you went and saw this movie and you're like, oh, Brill?
I'm sure I thought of it back then.
Sure
he
did.
looked like a fatter, sloppier Mario Batali.
Oh, let him live.
Who also was fat and sloppy and touching girls in their hoo-ha.
Okay, don't let him. That's not good. What holiday does this movie take place during? Thanksgiving, Christmas, or Easter? What season?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
Teddy?
Easter.
Off mic, Teddy, do you have anything to say?
Easter.
No, it's Christmas. He's shopping for Christmas presents.
That's right. I'm sorry.
He goes into the hot lingerie store where they're all wearing no clothing.
Right.
And that's where
Can't
the guy
see the lines, can you, Russ?
drops off the video. The guy drops it in his bag.
Store's running hotter than they are.
Who played Rachel Banks in this movie? Was that
Lisa Bonet?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even need to give you a multiple choice.
Let me tell you something. Angel Heart, her and Mickey Rooney / Mickey Rourke. When they went at it.
Art Rooney? Mickey Rooney. That'd be great. Yeah, we don't talk enough about Lisa Bonet. I'm with you on that. What color is the spray paint the bad guys use on the inside of Dean's house when they vandalize it? They come in, they find their house is torn to pieces, and it's been sprayed a certain color.
Oh, indigo blue.
Well, blue, orange, or green. What color are you going with?
Timmy says blue, I'll go blue.
Wrong.
Yeah,
wrong. It's green. Wrong. The dog Portia gets spray painted even green.
Man, I'm not watching it then.
What character says either you're really smart or incredibly stupid? Is that Brill or Robert? Who says that?
Oh, that's a Gene line.
That's a Gene line.
I can hear Gene saying that.
There you go.
Ah, Gene.
Yeah, there was on the top of the building in their first meeting. He says that. And then he says it again later in the movie as a callback. It's very well done.
He probably did that Gene laugh.
Yeah.
After he said it.
Yeah, that's right. Good laugh. That's excellent. Finally, how much money did Enemy of the State make domestically? Over under $300 million, adjusted for inflation.
Over.
That's a big number.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big number.
I think
I'm
it was
going to say
blockbuster.
under.
Teddy?
Under.
Under is correct. $266 million domestic box office adjusted for inflation.
That's a nice hit.
That's a success.
Live. Wow. It's a lot of money.
71% on Rotten Tomatoes. So you know what that means?
Yeah.
29% of people are stupid.
I want to say that the guy from Yes, the guitarist from Yes, did all the music for this movie too.
Okay.
Because they made a big deal about saying like music by, and they had a couple names. I looked them up, and one of the guys was a guitarist, I believe, for the band Yes.
What's the big Yes hit?
Roundabout.
Yeah. I don't know that one.
Got that bass sequence at the beginning, right?
Roundabout, right. Roundabout in the... No, that's not it. Never mind. I don't know the song.
They had a hit in the 80s, too. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
I guess you're just what I needed.
Owner of a Lonely Heart.
That's right.
That's theirs, too?
That's Yes? I didn't know that.
Why are you singing The Cars?
Yeah, that's not
Sounded
yes
like
all.
It would be Yes.
It's not.
That's the
It's
Cars.
The Cars.
Yep. That's a banger. It's a classic rock banger.
What's a banger? The Cars song?
All of it.
$20. I haven't told you what I ordered yet.
$20.
Timmy, Never mind. Timmy, I changed my mind. Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's on the left shoulder of southbound 71 on the north side after Polaris Parkway. Police are on scene there, causing extra delay. And we've got some stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 10-minute slowdown on northbound 315 between 3rd Avenue and Henderson Road. This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. It's time to bring people back into the hiring process. If posting jobs online and screening applicants is failing, turn to the experts, Express Employment Professionals. Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. Express blends tech with local support. That's expresspros.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Men over 40, struggling with low energy, not feeling like yourself. Low T Center's testosterone replacement therapy is the solution. Get started today. Visit one of their conveniently located clinics, meet a medical provider, and get back to feeling your best. This April only, the consultation is free. Treatment is tailor-made just for you, and it's covered by most major insurance. Get treated at one of the Low T Centers or from home. Why wait? Book your appointment now at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com.
This spring, celebrate the sparkle that she brings to your life with something that sparkles right back. Whether it's for Mother's Day, an anniversary, or just because, Diamond Cellar has the perfect gift for the women who mean the world to you. Visit Diamond Cellar today on Selma Road and at Easton Town Center.
If your garage door is so ugly that Google Street View blurred it out, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors. Straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
This wasn't how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, just pretty much hurt doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I'm gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap. That's because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
My name is Paul. I'm 58 years old. I lost 45 pounds thanks to the Awaken 180 program. Before Awaken 180, I was drinking Pepto out of the bottle at night to go to sleep from heartburn. I was struggling getting up and down the stairs, like tired all the time. And I didn't know that's how it wasn't supposed to be. I just accepted that's how my life is. And then one day I said, it doesn't have to be this way. I made a decision to change my life and I chose Awaken 180, and that was the best choice I ever made. I needed support. I'm a person who needed support. Awaken 180 provided that support for me. They changed my relationship with food. I changed it with their guidance. That was the whole thing. I had to change my relationship with food. And I learned how to eat. I learned healthy fats. I learned all about sugar and what it does to me. And I just learned a new way to live.
A change Paul and I both needed and we received with Awaken 180. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Remember how that little girl in Poltergeist was in the TV?
They're here.
Yeah? Well, she's actually dead now. It's quite sad. Anyway, watch your favorite fan shows on your TV by subscribing to us on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan. Do it now.
Common Man here of Spring Cleaning has you thinking about spring upgrading. This is the month to do it. Freshen your home's look, boost your energy efficiency, and save big during Universal Windows Direct's Spring Home Improvement event. Right now, it's their classic fan favorite offer. You buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and there's no limit. If you buy 4, you pay for 2. If you need 12, you pay for 6. What are you waiting for? Schedule your free in-home estimate today. Give them a call, 614-502-5220, or visit universalwindowsdirect.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
10 West Broad, Columbus. CordellCordell.com.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution Specialists.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. The fine host of the Buckeye Show, your friend and mine, Timmy Hall and Tyvis Powell.
Oh, you guys. It's a big day for me.
Why?
I'm making my comeback. Tonight is the first night that I'm going to play basketball since I sprained my wrist. 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't know you sprained your wrist.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of rehab.
Oh, okay. Was that from like...
How did you sprain
You got me on that one.
You say you didn't say you sprained your wrist playing basketball. You just said it's the first time you're playing
That's
basketball.
more of an elbow rehab, but to each their own.
Sense.
Y'all
Sure.
sick. No, yes.
You're sick. You're the one who did it. You made the motion. I look over and you're like, ugh.
They can't see this.
They can't see it. We're on camera.
They can.
They're driving in the car.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's
What do you
right.
think the YouTube version is for?
You're right.
That's
People
right.
while they're driving?
Yeah. How many people in the chat, Teddy?
Off mic Teddy doesn't have anything. Oh, here he is.
200?
Well, 200 people saw it.
Right. Even on mic, he's off mic.
Fish has handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow, and what a day it's going to be. On Morning Juice, you will hear Eric Goodbranson, Jackets defenseman, at 8:46. Hopefully,
hope it's a good
talking
morning.
about a victory against the Flyers tonight. Rothman and Ice, 12:30. Adam Schefter, very grumpy. He'll be on. Also, Hockey and Hounds with Damon Severson at 2:30. And then tomorrow on this show, it's Wild Card Wednesday and Name Dropping with Jeff Rimmer.
There you go.
Should have played.
Just a couple of guys eating chips on the air here, huh?
I'm sorry. I have tomorrow.
Thanks for the offer for everybody. That was really nice.
If you see me, I've got trunk chips right now.
Trunk chips?
Yes, I
got
do.
a whole case in the trunk.
I got a whole case in the trunk.
I'm going to guess
you brought some for Tyvis. You didn't bring any for me.
You know the
sorry.
crazy thing is, I was pulling up when he was in the trunk. So
I was just getting
that's
them
what
for me
happened.
and only me. And then only 5 minutes ago did I just saw Tyvis walk by me and I had 2 bags and I said, you know what, you're my friend. Would you like a bag?
Did you offer Bodie any chips?
Bodie did not walk by me at that time.
I look
hungry.
I look hungry.
Bodie has never accepted food.
He wouldn't
at
say
this
yes.
radio station.
You're right. But
That's not true.
Maybe he's like you. He wants to be offered, so he can
I'm
decline.
telling you.
I feel like if when they put things out there,
he doesn't have it.
I've watched him.
No.
Grab something.
I don't think you're wrong, Tyvis.
What is it? Tell me what it is.
I feel like he grabbed like a donut or something.
Never.
Yes, he did.
No, there's no way.
Yes, he did. You want to bet?
If only we could ask Bodie if he ever grabs any food. Bodie is over there.
Is Bodie over
ask?
there?
Yes, he's sitting right there.
I can't see.
He said no donuts.
He's never
said no donuts.
Bodie, have you taken
had
any
something.
food? Have you ever had food here that was offered for free?
He says no.
No.
Shaking it off.
He's not saying. It could be.
Oh, he's not.
Yeah, maybe not.
What was the
Bodie likes to
contest
keep
you
it
guys?
the mystery.
What was the Ohio State versus Notre Dame contest you did? The eating contest? What were you? Bread. Slices of bread.
That's right.
Everything. It went against everything I stand for.
How did I forget that?
I had a turkey burger today, no bun. It was delicious.
So it's not really a...
Okay.
Turkey burger.
Why
Lean.
are we calling it a burger?
You had a piece of turkey meat.
No, it
with
was
some crap on it.
No. Turkey burger. It was in the patty.
Well,
that's not that.
You had a turkey Salisbury steak is what you had.
Salisbury.
If I said I had a chicken sandwich, well, actually, I had it with no bun. It's like, well, then I just had a chicken fillet and I cut it up and ate it. That's fine. It's delicious. You didn't have a chicken sandwich. You didn't have a turkey burger.
A turkey burger with no bun.
You just ate a bag of chips. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, what that mean?
I'm saying you got carbs in the chips.
I know. Timmy
means you're eating crap.
Timmy don't want to see me get skinny again. I don't know what that's about. But
How tall are you again?
6'3".
And how much do you weigh?
As of today, I was 254 this morning.
Yes. Wow.
That's Bones' thigh.
Like
left.
a linebacker.
If you lost, I'll tell you what. If you lost, 30 pounds, you might be able to run for president someday. That'd be really something then. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Specimen.
I didn't know that we lie about our weights nowadays.
We've always lied about weight. Come on.
Didn't they do that in college though, Tyvis? Because that's a thing I saw.
No,
they never gave a guy
They
like a
always
half an inch
fudged it.
to say like, hey, he's really
height-wise, yes.
Okay, height they will.
Not
weight.
about the weight. No.
Oh, they don't do that.
No.
Okay, weight's legit. I didn't realize.
Ohio State, and also your receptions leader, Emeka Ibuka.
Guys.
Where is he?
I love the wooing in the background. They love it. The players love it when he's messing up those names.
Why would you bring?
Woo! Play the Henderson one. Do you have it there?
Yeah.
The Buckeyes built an insurmountable 34-point lead thanks to the scores from veteran playmaker Tavion Henderson. Where is he?
Tavion.
What's coming up on the Buckeye Show?
Sure.
Come on.
Well, Ryan Day is still giving somebody nightmares, so that's nice. And as you played a clip earlier in the hour, got to catch up with the GOAT, Tyvis.
Jack.
Jack Nicklaus.
That's right, Tyvis.
The Golden Bear.
I'm having a big loaf of bread right now. What do you say to that?
Shame on you.
You wish you could look like me at my age.
Shame on you. Here we are, and I thought you was better with all the weightlifting you're doing in your basement.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I haven't done it in a while.
Weren't you benching
I
for a little bit?
I hurt my neck. I had to stop. But you know what? My neck's feeling better. I'm going to get back in there. There you go.
How did you hurt your neck?
Being old? Nothing. I slept wrong on it.
Living.
Wow.
Tyvis, this is going to be you, buddy.
No.
Yes, it is. Because you're going to get to be a certain age and things are just going to happen to you.
No, that's why you got to stay active now. They say, like, when you, as an athlete, when you stop doing things, that's when, like, all the injuries really start to settle in. You start feeling things.
That's Tyvis. It's exactly what happened to me. Right after high school, I stopped doing things, and look what happened. I was an athlete.
Just didn't start happening until now.
No.
Daily drives to the emergency room. But time to stop for Taco Bell on the way.
Oh, hey, I'm not gonna stop going to the Bell.
We gotta be who we
Get our
are.
priorities right.
All right, what's coming up? Oh, did I ask you that question already?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great show. Tremendous show. Great show.
Just a
fantastic show.
Sweaty show.
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
T-Bone.
Well, man, former major leaguer Jason Grilli. He's played for your White Sox.
White Sox player,
among other guys.
Another first-round bust.
Yeah. Well, he's out of baseball now. I think he's like 48 years old, something like that.
He's a bum.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, though. He played for at least 8 years in Major League Baseball. I didn't realize this. I think this is a cool perk. Every Major League Baseball player with 8 years of service time and or if you're a front office staffer with 25 years of service time, you get a lifetime pass to any Major League Baseball game anytime. So you can show up with this little gold card, go right to the ticket window and say, I want a ticket. And they will say, or 2 or 3, whatever you need. And
what if they're all gone? What if they're sold out?
Well, they'll give you the best available. So
I'm sure the 2 worst people in the stadium,
like,
they throw them over the deck.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they do.
If there's a river, they throw them into the river.
Don't you know? Jason Kipnis is here. We got to help him. We got to get him. Sorry. You have to be murdered.
That's a good point.
Anyway. Yep. So he posted a photo of him sitting lower at the Pirates Stadium because Paul Skeens was on the mound.
Yeah, those are hard to get tickets.
Well, he wanted to take his kid to go see Paul Skeens and obviously don't want to pay any money
this is
for
what
it.
a successful first-round pitcher looks like, son.
We can actually make baseball cards of him.
Yeah,
People will buy them.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just didn't know about that perk. That's a nice perk. Also,
that's cool.
Every Major League Baseball game, I'm going to wonder how many people here are here for free because they played for 8 years of Major League Baseball and they just
I like the idea of some loser getting tapped on the shoulder. Jason Kipnis needs your
You're gone. Get out.
Get out.
I'm sorry.
Do I get tickets to the next game?
Sorry, you're not allowed to be here. Benny Agbayani would like a word. He's got these seats. Coming. Just do your own team. Do your favorite guys.
All right, Buckeye show's next. Jackets time at 6:30. We're back tomorrow for Wild Card Wednesday. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay due to an accident that's on eastbound 670 after 71. It's causing stop-and-go traffic from 3rd Street. And things are a bit slow on southbound 270 on the east outer belt between Livingston Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. Centerpoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, CARE is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
It's Lindsay's one and only trade-a-thon.
We'll trade for anything. Plus, give you $1,000 more for your trade. Choose a 2025 Honda Ridgeline RTL or an all-wheel drive HR-V LX or a CR-V LX and pay just $299 a month. 3 models with one very low Lindsay price.
Trade up to the reliability of a new or certified Honda.
So lock in your price today. The one and only Lindsay Honda Trade-a-thon is back. See lindsayhonda.com for details.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more locally grown goodness to life with a farm-fresh selection of crisp vegetables and juicy, ready-to-eat fruit. Whether topping off kebabs on the grill or adding healthy color to a leafy green salad, your family will definitely enjoy the delicious taste of Meijer produce. Plus, you'll appreciate the selection and savings we have to offer. That's the fresh-picked good life, priced for real life. We work hard to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Bonbon pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com to get started. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
If you're like most Americans, you've racked up tens of thousands in credit card debt. You're stuck with 20% interest fees, and even the monthly payments, well, they're hard to make. It's insane. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The good news is that there is a way out. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending. They specialize in fast, easy access to the equity in your home. Most homeowners have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their home equity. That's your money. AFLcash.com can get it out for you with zero junk fees and zero hassle. You can pay off all those credit cards in just a matter of days. Pay off your car loans too. Cut your monthly expenses by $800 or even $900. I'm telling you, the relief you need, well, it's right there at your fingertips. AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Break out of the credit card debt prison with AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. At Giant Eagle, we combine exceptional customer service and quality foods, all at great value to make the most of your shopping trip. Visit Giant Eagle or Market District today to see how easy it is to save.